You know the deal. Face-off time here on the Dynasty channel. James Cook versus the field. No, not against Gibbs, not against Bijan, but against running backs probably a little bit above him and a lot below him. Trying to determine his value in Dynasty, but also redraft. Now value, Dynasty now thinking, Dynasty long-term thinking, all of it and more. The Fantasy Football Show Dynasty edition begins right now. File on in.
Live from the TheFantasyFootballShow.com studios, it's the Dynasty Fantasy Football Show. You're watching a
Graveyard Stream.
Graveyard Stream it is, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm super excited to be here to talk about this for 9 minutes and 2 seconds, unless somebody drops an extender. Anybody that drops an extender will extend the show an additional 5 minutes every time. Sometimes these go just the 10 minutes. Sometimes they go 3 hours. So it's kind of up to you how much you love the topic, how much you want to get your take out there on this. You can dial to the phone line. I'm going to real quickly take up 1 or 2 minutes and just say that James Cook is a monster. James Cook is probably, if I had to say, the most impressive running back in the entire National Football League in terms of what he's learned since he's gotten into the league. I haven't seen a running back that I didn't have a whole lot of hope for in terms of reading defenses, knowing where to go, being very intelligent on the field, understanding complex schemes and constant, variance that the Buffalo Bills and Brady use to where they run something all game long for one moment in the fourth quarter where they run it the other direction, or they have little tiny switches that they flip in the plays if something goes right and wrong. He understands all of it. And that's kind of one of the most important aspects about James Cook is that even as much as we love Ray Davis, this guy understands what needs to happen. He almost can't come off the field. And that protects him, a lot. He just got paid. He's super intelligent on the field. Again, knows how to read a defense and hit the, change directions and hit the hole in the right timing of any running back, in the National Football League. He's as good as anybody at reading those blocks and knowing what to do, when to do it, when to adjust and adapt on the field, like we adjust and adapt here in fantasy football when we discuss all of this kind of thing.
You've just been Smitty.
I do think, though, that when you're talking about Dynasty and you're trying to look a little bit ahead of the curve, you're also looking at DJ Moore coming in to scoop up more of the touchdown volume, which they've leaned on James Cook for because they have no one else. And there were 2 years where James Cook didn't have any touchdowns. He didn't score touchdowns at all. Then he had 2 years where he scored amazing amounts of touchdowns. And Daniel dropping a $20 extender. Daniel says,
5-minute extender.
The show has just been extended 5 minutes due to a $20 super chat.
Daniel says,
welcome home, Columbia. Beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Let's go ahead and add 5 minutes and make this an 11-minute and 30 second clock here. So 11:35. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate you dropping that extender on the show. The real tough dilemma here for me, I'm going to be honest, is finding that sweet spot in terms of like 1-for-1 value. Like, am I taking a Jeremiah Love over James Cook? Some might not, especially with the Arizona landing spot. People are really, really fickle about that. I'm taking Love all day long. Just not even a hesitation for me. But I get why somebody might be in a win now mentality and even say, I want James Cook over Hampton. And you're like, okay, I probably don't, but I could understand this. And if you're like in a win now mentality, it actually can make sense. The tougher calls are going to be like the Chase Brown players, the wide receiver crossing over to the other position and talking about that. We'll have to kind of play this by ear as we throw out each name and try and figure out what name makes the most sense to kind of stop at, because I think we could keep going. ETN. I think I'm going to throw all these guys on screen and see which one you guys want to debate. So ETN, Chase Brown, I'll get rid of them now, but when you guys bring them up, we will sling them around and see what we're thinking. We could go Barkley and Henry and plus something. Obviously, you want James Cook over Barkley and Henry, but some people in win now modes, what would it take to trade James Cook for a CMC or Henry? What kind of additional piece would you need to win now? We can talk about all those things and more. Also, I think, we'll probably have to have a Kyren conversation. What would you add with Kyren to get, James Cook if you're trying to get out of a Kyren and trying to upgrade? I think Cook is a good player to upgrade into because a lot of people that have him are a little bit scared. He's getting older. It's not like he's a spring chicken. Would you rather have Price in something small over James Cook? Would you rather have Javonte Williams in something significant over James Cook? Would you potentially trade the other way? I think Scattaboo and a piece is going to be required. You can't just expect to trade James Cook and just get Scattaboo back. But like, what would it require? I don't think there are a lot. I think what I'm trying to say is I don't think there are a lot of 1-for-1s because he's either way up here, even with the, worrying a little bit about how long he has. It's Love and Hampton and Chase Brown and Kenneth Walker probably is maybe one of the best arguments. I imagine we stick on this one for a little while. That's probably the biggest, most, I don't know, tough matchup to break down. Breece Hall, what would you require? I certainly take James Cook over Breece Hall, but what would it take? And then if we go cross position, let's open the phone lines right now and see what you guys think. I want to just gauge your value. Let's start off, if we can, with the 1-for-1s.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
I really want to stick on the 1-for-1s initially, and then we can get into the more complex. Like, what would you have to trade with Kyren, or would you even trade into Kyren if you got, let's say, a Jordan Tyson or something? It'd be a wide receiver cross position type of move or maneuver. Travis, let me hit you with one real quickly. Breece Hall, how far out?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Daniel had a question attached to the super chat.
Yes, thank you.
I want to miss that.
Sorry, Daniel. We were so excited about the extender. Garrett Wilson, Laporta, or Antonio Williams, Pittman Jr. likely. Let me get Hammer in the building. He's calling in real quickly. Garrett Wilson, Laporta, or Antonio Williams, Pittman Jr. likely 27 mid first. Give me Garrett Wilson all day. Not even close. If it was like a 1 or 2 overall pick, it'd be different. But like mid first rounder doesn't turn Antonio Williams and Pittman Jr. into Garrett Wilson. And Garrett Wilson has his concerns, but those might be alleviated in 1 calendar year, All right, let me go to each of you, and let me start off with Walker. I pretty much know what Hammer is going to say. Let me go to Travis first, then Hammer. Walker, James Cook, and then Woods. How far apart are they in Dynasty?
So like ranking them, I have Walker 9 and Cook 10. So they're right there, and I give Walker the edge just because he's still younger than people think, and he hasn't had a ton of carries. So if he can get through the soft tissue injury type hammy things, ankle things, he can last for a while.
Okay, Hammer, what is your thought? Walker, Cook, Dynasty, short term, long term? You can kind of break down both if you want.
Sure.
If it changes it.
Surprisingly, I'm going James Cook.
Okay. Interesting.
I think there's a world where with DJ Moore, he's not going to need to tote it as much. And again, I don't think he's going to need as much volume, but I do believe they're going to be in the red area more often than not. I mean, again, I think that's how much value DJ Moore brings. So, I mean, I still think he can get his work on and volume on less work, if that makes sense. I don't think he's going to need to touch it 25 times.
Yeah, I think it's so easy to undervalue James Cook here because it's only been a good year that we've felt really good about his long-term value. Like even after last year, it was kind of like, was it a 1-year wonder? And then not last year, the year before that. And then when he did it 2 years in a row where this guy's punching in 15 touchdowns a year, you now have a proven trend, like a pattern. And I think that some people are worried about like how many years does he have left? And I think where this debate gets interesting is when we start going across position to wide receiver, because wide receivers have more longevity. So we might get into interesting debates there. But I have a feeling we're all going to be pretty damn close on this one. Because it's really hard to find a 1-for-1. It's like Walker, that makes sense. And honestly, anybody that wants Walker over Cook,
really, I feel like it.
I would rather have Cook because Walker has to prove he can stay healthy, and Cook has been a monster. So like it's a lot safer. What would What would you require with Chase Brown? Like, what kind of name? Like, if I said Jordan Tyson and Chase Brown, Travis, would you take Jordan Tyson and Chase Brown?
Easily, because I have Chase Brown as my 6. I'm way higher than most people.
What about
Chase
BTJ and Chase Brown?
Yeah, I mean, I like Chase Brown over Cook. So,
but you probably can get more. So you would do it straight up if you said screw ADP. I'm just taking Chase Brown. If I had James Cook, I'll take Chase Brown, even if the guy's like, I'm not giving you anything. Which is
I'd want something small,
Okay,
but
Hammer,
second round pick even might do it.
Would you rather have Thomas and Chase Brown or James Cook? I think we'll be a little different here, but
you said I want Cook
over BTJ and Chase Brown. Okay. And look, there are people that believe in Chase Brown, and there are people that don't. And it's not that Hammer is necessarily saying he doesn't believe in him, but there's a lot tied to it. There's Burrow, there's injury.
Yeah.
What about? Okay, how about this? Let me get this going here. James Cook and DJ Moore, or Tyson and Chase Brown. Does that move the needle for you, Hammer? Dynasty.
I'm going James Cook and DJ Moore.
What about Ted McMillan and Tyson? I'm sorry, Ted McMillan and Chase Brown. Sorry. No Tyson.
I don't know. I'm not that big on Chet, unfortunately.
Okay. What about
how high are you on Chase Brown? I think maybe is the question.
I'm trying.
Worlds apart.
He's my RB 9 or 10, I believe.
All right, let's get
my top 5 is solidified.
Let's trip them up here. Hold on. Higgins and Chase Brown, or DJ Moore and Cook?
Give me Cincinnati.
Okay, so that's where you can cross that line there. I don't think he's that far off, but yeah, I think he's just. I don't blame him.
I like the environment.
I'm taking James Cook over Chase Brown, and it's not because I don't love Chase Brown. You guys know how much I love Chase Brown, but I know what the environment is unstoppable, and Joe Burrow probably will be as well. I truly believe we are likely going to see the Bengals become comfortable, consistent, finally good in 17 games versus having a horrible start to the beginning of the year. It's been one thing after another with the Bengals. Like, remember that year where they started off horrible? It was like the first month of football. It was like Joe Burrow didn't even do anything. And then he gets hurt. And then, so like, I think this year will be the year of consistency for the Bengals. I truly do. But James Cook has been the definition, the staple of consistency for 2 years. And I just think he's probably worth more too by a landslide. So if I wanted to get out of it in week 4, and he's probably tearing it up, I think I could get way more than Chase Brown. So if I ever wanted to get into a Love or a Genty or someone like that, I don't think I could close the gap as easily than using Cook. So there's a lot of different, reasons why.
So can I explain why
Sure.
I like Chase Brown so much?
Chase Brown?
They finished RB6 and RB7. Cook was 6.
Yeah.
Brown was 7. About 15 points apart.
Mm-hmm.
And Chase Brown achieved that on like 75 less carries.
It was crazy. He had a great year. I mean, but it was a rock road. And then it became amazing. Yeah, it became amazing right after.
I like guys who can do it without having
5-minute extender.
The show has just been extended 5 minutes.
I hear you, but I think they're very debatable for sure. Daniel, and the ADP
$40.
Whoa,
$40.
Whoa, you ain't leaving yet.
Did you check Rumble?
Yet.
No, I didn't. Hammer, Rumble. Sorry, I with you on the phone, I wasn't looking over it. So Hammer dropping a 20, Daniel dropping a 40. Let me grab that screenshot from the Rumble. Thank you, Hammer.
That's a back-to-back, right?
Yeah, back-to-back.
On the 40.
It gets you an extra 2 minutes total. So that's 5, 10, 15, 16, 17 minutes. I did go to college, so I can add. 17 minutes is the number. And there we go. There we go. Daniel, appreciate it. We ain't leaving yet, he says. I love your MySpace photo, by the way. I mean, okay, let's go cross position, boys. Because I think that's where it's going to get interesting. George Pickens or James Cook Dynasty? Is that a good starting point, like to go forward?
I'm going George Pickens.
Okay, so then
I'm very high on George Pickens.
That means we need to go down a little bit, I think. Travis, you Pickens or Cook?
Pickens.
I think I agree, boys. And the reason I say that is because I think that the longevity part, given that they're pretty close anyway, in points, and you get the extra, like, it's like a decade practically. You just got to take the wide receiver in that case. But that's when all things seem like
quick
equal. But what?
Quick question, like, for both of y'all. Like, I have my top 5, and then I have Taylor and Cook kind of like grouped together, and I take Cook over Taylor, even though, like, you saw what Taylor could do. But, like, just seeing if, like, when Danny Dimes isn't on the field, that's, like, kind of scary enough for me to rank Cook over Taylor. I wanted, like, put y'all's take.
Cook, okay, let's do
Taylor quite a bit lower.
Let's go back to the RB then. Let me pull up. First of all, Daniel,
I always just kind of had him.
Real quickly. Let me just give Daniel a standing ovation, real quickly. Daniel, appreciate you, my boy. I'm in this draft too, and I timed out real quickly. I'm trying to draft. Are you in this draft, Hammer? The Superflex one that we created?
No.
Okay. Final pick. AR5. Joe Flacco, Superflex, or do I go with a running back like Claiborne? 2 seconds, Claiborne or AR5?
Claiborne.
Timed out. All right. JT, let's put JT up. Oh, Daniel, thank you very much for the $40 super chat. Hammer, thank you very much. Appreciate both of you guys extending the show and the party here. We got 14 minutes left. Anybody wants to call in? So JT, I think we're all in agreement. I don't think this one surprises me at all. I think you maybe would have, thought Hammer would have thought that me or Travis might disagree. We don't. I'd rather have James Cook over JT. JT's had such a workload. Daniel with one more. Daniel, I smell meatloaf. Daniel wants it to make it 19 minutes.
The show has just been extended 5 minutes due to a $20 super chat.
Travis, you want to speak to, or actually, Hammer, speak to the JT and then over to Travis for it. No,
I think I pretty much said it. I think Travis was saying I kind of in agreement, or damn. I just kind of grouped. I felt like they were kind of paired together.
I think they get paired together by people a lot. And, like, I have Cook in a league, and this guy keeps trying to trade me Taylor plus pick a couple picks or something for Cook, and I can't get myself to do it because I worry about the same things you do. But, Daniel Jones, what if it doesn't work out? And then the back-to-back 300 carry years. He's either every year of his career, he's either been injured or had 300 carries. So that worries me for wear and tear. And I think I can take myself out of the JT conversation by saying I literally would take these pieces plus something else for JT. I'd take
call into the show. Call into the show.
Price, and maybe ETN.
Of course, Daniel.
All depending on what I get back with him.
Yeah.
Right.
Daniel wants to call in. Of course, Daniel. The phone line's wide open for anybody to call in. Thank you very much again for dropping the extenders. And of course, you've earned a little bit of a stage here if you want to argue something.
Yeah.
This one doesn't. I could understand people thinking we're crazy, but our community is pretty like-minded. But I guess what do you need Hammer to take Hendy? And I don't want to answer this from in a vacuum, like, I like Hendy more than Cook long. Like, we can't buy him at that value. So what would it require?
No, values.
What would it require for like I keep using like Tyson as an example because he's the top rookie wide receiver. So like, would this do the trick?
It's like if you tell me, like, again, like I have said, like, talent wise, like he's in an elite group of maybe 2 to maybe 3 other players. Like I think he's that good, but I don't know the situation, but also he doesn't need 20 carries a game. So like I also I want like people to understand that. Like I'm not saying the guy needs, so I would like him to kind of be the lead guy. So if you told me, which I guess you obviously don't have a crystal ball, I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Okay. So Travis, would you take Hendy and Tyson or Cook in a dynasty?
I'd take Hendy and Tyson because I'm high on both of them. You know, I like
Daniel calling.
Going forward.
Daniel calling. Anybody else wants to call in? Calling. Go ahead.
And so, like, I have Cook in 2 dynasty leagues, and so I don't know if I would do it in both, but I would definitely do it in one.
All right, let me get another player on here.
Now, but
you like Tyson over MHJ, right?
Yeah.
Me? Yes.
Okay, both you guys do. So I guess my question would be then, what about MHJ and Hendy? Is that enough, or are you saying there's too much ambiguity for both of them to be?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't want really any part of MHJ.
I understand.
Yeah, I'd probably want something a little more solidified. Like I'm trying to think of who the receiver would be that I would want. That's like in the MHJ range, but that's like
5-minute extender.
The show has just been extended 5 minutes due to a
Lad and Hendy over Cook.
Good one.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I'd do it. I think I would do it, but
you kind of almost feel obligated. Daniel, thanks again. Daniel says, no, thank you, Smitty, or is that no, thank you? I think that's what he means.
Yeah.
No, ... or period. Thank you. Smitty about to call now. Okay. We'll look for you there, Tom/Daniel. He's busy coding the new Facebook. I would take MHJ and Hendy. I'm going to tell you right now. Maybe not in every league, but I think I'd take the gamble that one of them could get close enough to Cook that if one of them got abducted by aliens and we never saw him again, that the other one could hang. I wouldn't win the trade, but they could hang, and I could get, like Hendy could be.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? I think I'd take the ball. I'd take the chance. But if I was, let's say my team was balling.
Not be biased because I'm like trying to not be biased because I like those players too much. I guess maybe I was thinking I was like overvalued.
Yeah, it's okay to change your mind. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm on the fence.
Yeah. So I guess let's find a receiver that makes sense. One more Hendy. Actually, let's get off Hendy and go toward what was the other one that I brought up earlier? It was Walker, Scatterboo, Javonte, Pryor. Trying to see what Hampton. What are we thinking here? Is anybody tempted to go Hampton, or are we worried about them ankles? Are we worried about Malibu Mike leaving after 1 year?
I think Hampton has more value than Cook. Sure, in Dynasty, from what I see anyway.
I love Hampton, even with Mike McDaniel leaving. I mean, that offensive line was just decimated. I mean, when they're healthy, they're like a top unit, and he's good.
Can you imagine if they replaced, they call it Harbaugh into the office and said, we're going to go ahead and have Malibu Mike take over as head coach.
Be a fly on the wall, like in the room with those two.
Yeah, it'd be
fascinating.
I know everybody would say, "Oh, you can't do that. You can't do it," but like That's what everybody said when we were talking about Ben Johnson leaving, and it's like you should take Campbell. Even though Campbell's such a good coach, I get it. Everybody loves him at the time. Right now, he's a questionable coach, but it's like he's such a good coach. And Ben Johnson and him together, just like McDonald and Kubiak. It's like it's a tough call when the OC.
Yeah, they're
kind of the reasons.
They're
like,
culture builders.
Is Miami Mike McDaniel staying on as head coach after 1 year of greatness going to be the move that they won't make? It's like George Costanza, not breaking up with his girlfriend that he wants to break up with so bad. He wants nothing more than to be single, and he can't pull the trigger. He's just like, I can't do it. Like, is that what we're going to be dealing with? Daniel, appreciate you is this Daniel? I assume it's Daniel. You're live.
It is.
Daniel, appreciate good, bro. Appreciate you. Where are you calling from, Daniel? You're live.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Tennessee? Okay. What's your question, bro? What can I help you with?
Okay, so I have two questions. One is in Dynasty because I have JD and Derrick Henry on one team. And I got trade offers for both of them.
You have Henry and who else? Henry and who else?
JD5.
Oh, JD5.
My quarterback.
Okay, JD.
Mm-hmm. And I got trade offers for both of them from two separate teams.
All right.
So I want to know your opinion on the trade offers.
Hit me with it.
Okay, so for one of them, I got JD. He wants JD5, and he'll give me Malik Willis and 227 first-round picks.
Where are the picks at?
He came in. It was a 12-man league, and last year, he is the fourth pick this year. So he's like a bottom team.
Yeah, so no thanks.
I'm wondering.
You said he's a bottom team?
Mid.
Yeah,
he's
no
a
thanks.
bottom team. Yeah. He could be mid to bottom. Yeah.
If you gave me the 1 or the 2, it'd be a conversation. But
is it super flex or 1 QB?
No, it's just 1 QB.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was if they were early, like if you told me they're going to be like, let's say you told me I guarantee they're the 2 and the 3 overall, or the 2 and the 5. They're both 2027?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you said one was the number 2 overall pick, and the other was
he got one. The other 27. I'm sorry, the over 27 pick he got, because he has his own 27 pick. The 27 pick he has is from the team that had 1 this year though. So and they're the bottom of the league, and they traded away their first round pick too for next year. And I'm thinking they might be
okay. So just give me a guess as to what the picks will be. You have to decide. Is it
maybe both of them? I feel like both of them are going to be top 5 4s.
Okay, so 4 and 5, 1.4, 1.5.
I think 1.2, 1.4.
1.2, 1.4. Okay.
If
you tell me that, I'm going to take the top rookie running back because you're getting the top rookie running back. This is a 1 QB. I understand Willis is a question mark, but I can figure something out, and then this 1.4 will still be valuable. Right. I would take this, but
I had Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. If you told me it's 1.4, 1.5, it becomes a little harder to do because when you think about this, it's like this would be Lemon. And maybe Price, but we'll call it Lemon and we love Casey Concepcion, but are you trading JD5 and Henry for Lemon and Casey Concepcion?
Right.
So if it's 1.2, I can't guarantee that it's going to be. You can't though, but if it is 1.2, it's going to be good. Things will be.
My thought right now is I have 3 QBs. I have JD5, Dart, and Bryce Young. So I was thinking, if I get rid of JD5, I just pick up Jameis because he's on the free agency and just have him back up Dart and then have Bryce Young and just.
I hear you. I hear you. I wouldn't worry too much on 1 QB.
Get rid of Bryce Young.
Yeah, you meant you have 2 QBs. You said you had 3.
No, I have 3 QBs, but it's a 1 QB league.
All right. Yeah. If you think it's going to be a 1.2, I guess I do it. But you are taking a little bit of a risk, bro. Especially you lose a lot this year if you get rid of JD5 and Henry. So if there's cash money involved, you could literally win a league, and you're not going to get any of that.
Right.
So
I had another guy offer me, and he's a competitor, so it wouldn't be a high pick, but he offered me Scatterboot and Tracy and a 27 first for Henry.
Tyrone Tracy and a 27 first. It depends where the first is.
Scatterboot, Tracy, and the first.
Scatterboot.
Yeah.
Tracy and a first rounder for Henry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, you can't get rid of Henry for a first rounder, let alone you get a first rounder and Scatterboo.
Yeah, he offered me that.
Do it.
Yeah.
I'd do that.
I thought you were worried about the injury in the Giants offense.
Well, would you worry about Henry turning into a fossil?
He's trying to win now. He's trying to win now. He is like Josh Allen, St. Brown.
I know, but bro, this is a dynasty league, and Henry's about to turn into a fossil. You're not worried about that?
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I am.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm not yelling at you, Daniel. I'm sorry. My bedside manner sometimes is.
Yeah.
I'd be the worst doctor.
No, I definitely like. I got that trade. About 4 hours ago while I was at work. And, like,
Is it sitting there right now? Can you hit accept?
Yeah.
Okay, so just to clarify, it's Scatterboo, a first rounder for Derrick Henry, the old man Derrick Henry in a dynasty league.
Scatterboo, Tracy, and a first rounder.
That's crazy, bro. You got to take that. Now you got more firepower to do something that doesn't necessarily.
Scatterboo's worth more.
Yeah, bro, take it. People in the chat are like,
it's a late first.
Doesn't matter, bro.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Bro,
you can trade Scatterboo in the first for a ton.
Yeah, bro.
I get that. I'm just trying to win this year because it's a money league. I mean, it's $1,500.
Well, then maybe don't do the other trade, but you do this trade. Scatterboo might outperform or be very close to Henry this year if Henry doesn't get hurt and he doesn't fall off, and you're getting a first rounder, and you could turn the first rounder and Scatterboo into an even better running back than Derrick Henry.
Well, and that's the thing too. If he needs running back, say he's a legit contender, and week 7 or 8 comes around, he needs a decent running back. He can take that late 27 first rounder and get a pretty good running back for it.
Bro, do it now. There's no hesitation. Like Scatterboo alone is, it doesn't mean you have to use Scatterboo. You can trade him, but you have to take that value. That value. I've been trying to get rid of Derrick Henry for 4 years in a dynasty league. No one will take anything, and he keeps winning for me. And everyone's like, "Damn it, I should have did it." But this year, I'm not going to do it. Damn it, I should have did it again. But no one's taking Henry, bro.
My other running backs, I got Bucky, Javante, and Woody Mark. Like, it's my only running back.
I got you.
That's right. It's no problem.
Okay, but you can't get rid of another first rounder with the one you're getting here with Scatterboo to go get a running back that's, Genty, Love, Hampton, like.
And go.
You know what I mean?
And go trade something small, not a lot, but something small for Gainwell.
Yeah, I've been trying to talk to the Gainwell owner, man. He's like, I don't think he's as active as all of us, Like, here's a man trading stuff. Like,
well, Daniel,
he's kind of
Daniel, do this trade because it's going to open the door to more trades. It's going to, change the board. It's kind of like you got a stale trade market because everybody's seen the offers already. But now you get new injected, talent to throw on the board. And not to mention, everyone in the chat is like, do it yesterday. This trade should have already been done. This is BS. There's no way that trade offers that. Like, this value's through the roof, bro.
Right.
You got to think about what happens one calendar year from today when you want to win. You hold on to Derrick Henry. He balls out for 10 weeks. And
people don't understand.
Hold on, Daniel. Hold on. Okay, but hold on, Daniel. But you have Henry ball out for even 10 weeks, and then he gets hurt or falls off like Mixon did. Remember, Mixon was the top 2 running back for 10 straight weeks, and then he was
a horse,
and he just fell off the face of the earth. Like that. If Henry does that, you get nothing for him. And then what's your team look like for the next 5 years?
I get that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not yelling at you.
Tennessee, so Derrick Henry's like, it's a lot of people. This whole league, like, it's my friend from Tennessee. So Tennessee Titans, Derrick Henry.
Well,
like, we love Derrick Henry here.
I know you do, but he's not there anymore. So let's say goodbye. You know what I mean?
I get that. I'm a Commanders fan. I'm not a Titans fan.
Okay.
But
go. Well, then don't trade JD5. Don't trade JD5. You don't need to now. Okay. Go get that first round pick, and then try to do another pick in something. Maybe it's Scatterboo, and go upgrade into a Genty, a Love. Go attack something like that.
If I traded for that, just save it until the draft next year, maybe trade up and get a higher pick.
That'll work too. But while you're dilly dallying, someone's gonna pull the trade offer. He's probably watching right now. So. While we worry about making our bed tomorrow, and let's go ahead and grab that right now.
I'm trying to win this year. Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to win this year.
Like,
Every year
what?
I'm trying to win.
What? 7 days from now, do you think I get that trade done? Get it done. Do it live.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Daniel, anything else? And Daniel, anything else on that? Okay. Will you call back if you've got another one? I appreciate you. Call back if you got another one, bro.
All right, bro.
Man. I bet you when he goes to the doctor and the doctor's trying to solve the problem, Daniel's like, but then I got this spot on my back. He's like, bro, I'm in the middle of suturing your finger together. Can we look at the spot on your back in a minute? My boy Daniel. Daniel to the moon. Daniel, appreciate you. All right, boys. Anything else with James Cook? Cross position. Let's see. Cross position.
I was actually going to ask Hammer something because I was looking at earlier in the show. He posted his top 5 if I can find it. Gibbs, Bijan, Etienne, and Gentry Love, which I have top 5 too in some order. Is there anyone that you would take with Cook to move one of them, or are you sticking with your top 5 over Cook no matter what you get? You know, within reason, obviously.
The 3 years like firm, and then I just believe in Gentry and Love. I don't think I would. I think they're different. So I don't think though. Like, I mean, if you're saying like what, I mean, am I getting like essentially anything, or were you gonna do like? Give me an example. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of.
Well, Travis, are you trying to say get Cook with somebody? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me just get Cook and somebody.
Get one of those top 5.
Okay, so Gentry versus Cook and what is what you're asking?
Right.
So Hammer, let me.
I like Gentry. Again, I don't know what. I mean, it would have to be.
Okay, let me.
I'm with
top
you.
to 2 tier.
Okay, Garrett Wilson.
I don't want Garrett Wilson.
T. Higgins. Let's go back to T. Higgins. Hammer loves.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so it needs to be higher. What about? We already know George Pickens. What?
Nico.
I imagine Ibuka. You would take Book and
I'd smash that.
Okay, you take Book.
What about Nico?
Book and Buka. I'd take.
I
love Nico.
I'm not. He's a talent, but Stroud does scare me.
Yeah, I wouldn't take Nico either.
You guys wouldn't take Nico and Cook for Gentry? I have to. I'd have to.
I mean, if that was, if that was presented, I would be reluctant. Oddly enough, I think Gentry's again different.
But I'd be reluctant.
I love Gentry, but I'd smash this all day because I'm getting Gentry value out of Cook essentially, like even if it's lower, and that's if it is lower. Like if you believe it's lower, it's so close. This is just such a, and worry about it 2-3 years from now. Sure, I just think that would be a smash, a home run. I think even going with like Ladd and Cook would be understandable to go either direction because Ladd isn't exactly locked in. Like we like him a lot. We're very hopeful, but it's not like he's 100% guarantee. He did bust last year. Everybody did on that team though. But there's a little.
Oddly enough, I like him. I like him more than Nico.
Wow.
I drafted Nico, for instance. I drafted Nico, but that was also just for value.
Yeah, and that's okay.
I'm not saying I like Nico. He misses games every year, and I wonder as he gets older how long he's going to hold up.
Honestly, overthinks the first. Daniel's like, I can take a screenshot. Daniel, I believe you. You don't have to take a screenshot of the trade that we're saying we can't believe he's not accepting yet. Devontae Smith and James Cook or Gentry. No. I'm taking Gentry.
No.
Gentry. Let's get Luis. Let's get Luis's Judkins into the mix here. Now, of course, I'm going to take Gentry off. Of course, we're not doing this straight up. But let me put let's see what it would require. For me, it will require probably more than is humanly possibly capable of being put on the board because I don't like Judkins at all, really. I like him. Let me take that back. I just don't. The injury, the situation, everything. So it almost have to be somebody that almost standalone could be, doable for Cook, and then Judkins is a throw-in. Like that's the way I would be trading this. Like an example of like what a normal person might look at if they think Judkins is him. They might say, yeah, give me Lemon and Judkins. I'll take it in a heartbeat. Not me, because I'm looking at this Lemon versus Cook. I mean, this is nice, but it's an accessory. It's an accoutrement. It's not. He's icing. He's not the cake. Terry Roberts, appreciate you joining the Patreon. I see. I got the email right now. That's why I went Terry Roberts. I don't know if you heard me. Terry Roberts dropping the full year in advance Patreon membership purchase, which actually saved you 2 months. So appreciate you, Terry, doing that. Appreciate you back too. We've missed you, pal. So Judkins and what? Judkins and Devontae Smith for Cook? Which side?
No.
Cook. Agreed.
Someone said Judkins and Tate. I'd take Cook still.
What about Tyson and Judkins?
No.
I agree.
That's where it gets closer for me. I'd still take Cook though.
Okay, Laddie Boy and Judkins.
That's further than Tyson for me.
And I wonder if you could.
I'm still not. Again, I literally came on the show like I am a massive Judkins fan, and if he was on a different team, it'd be a whole different. But again, he doesn't catch passes, and he plays on the Browns, and I just can't ignore that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's very talented, more than most, but I can't rank him anywhere close.
Daniel,
to be completely honest.
Yeah, Daniel. Of course, a Rumble $20 extender works as well. Either one.
Sure.
Giving up so much. Okay, so giving up. What's Daniel saying? So it's giving up too much. Daniel, what is it? Daniel, call back if you got another one. It sounds like Daniel's getting into some trouble with that trade. I don't know if I trust him to do it. I trust Daniel, but I just think he's in his emotions. What about Burden and Judkins? I just want to make sure we're all still thinking the same thing.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Okay, let me take Judkins off. Sounds like Judkins didn't move the needle. Here he comes.
I like Judkins.
Hold on. Is this Daniel?
It is.
Okay, Daniel. What kind of mess are you getting yourself into?
No, the only thing I was saying to people is it's $1,500 a year you win. Like it's a little high school league, right? But he just lost the finals this year, so people understand the trade. I understand why he's giving so much because he's trying to win $1,500 this year. Like his team is good enough where if he adds Derrick Henry to his team, he probably can compete this year again.
But it makes your
that's
team
what people.
Yeah, worry about your team.
Mean, my team's not bad. I can compete too, but his team just lost the finals. Is what I'm telling people. So
but why are we talking about his team?
Don't play scared.
He got his picks from other teams. Like that's what I'm trying to tell people. Those are his picks, and this league's been going on for 10+ years.
I know, but the trade is good for you. You're getting, bro. We have people in the chat right now that are like, he better not call back until that trade's done.
I just accepted. I accepted the trade.
Okay.
Okay. After I got the first shot, I accepted the trade.
Okay. Even if
it's no longer even talking about.
All right. Even if this is a late first rounder, the value you have here, Scat and Tracy. I don't even care about Tracy, but Scat.
I would just assign his side. That's the bad part about it.
Good for.
I understand why he did it because he needs to compete now.
Yeah, but I understand that, but Scat could outperform him potentially. And once Henry's done, and he's knocking on the door. This guy, his team, you have two pieces here to replace. This is an unbelievable return. This is like going into the dealer, trading your car in, and them accidentally adding a zero to the trade-in value. Like you made out like a bandit on this trade, Henry.
He started out. Let me explain to you. He started out trying to give me Chuba Hubbard and Rachaad White, and we got to do.
Okay, you did a good job negotiating that. Then nice work, bro.
Yeah, because, he wanted Derrick Henry so bad. He's trying to compete this year. He thinks Derrick Henry is just going to keep doing him. And I don't blame him because he has enough depth where he can do this. And if he can make the finals. He could win $1,500 this year.
All right.
Like, but so I understand why he would do it.
Amy.
But it is OP. I mean, I understand it is too much to you. Like, I understood that from the get-go, but I'm trying to win this year, too.
Yeah, well, you are one more move away. You can now flip that if you want. You add to it and flip it for something bigger than Henry.
Well, right, he was trying to give me Scat at first, but he wasn't trying to give me Tracy, and, like, I wouldn't do it without Tracy is the thing. Because I'm worried about Scat,
Yeah, all right. I understand. But just flip it,
But
bro.
when he added Tracy, of course I'll do it. Like, yeah.
Bro, flip
I'll
it.
do that.
Go get James Cook. Flip it.
James Cook. You take James Cook?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're going over. All right, let's do it right here on the board. So James Cook or Scattaboo in that late first rounder. Hammer?
James Cook.
Debatable.
James Cook. Travis, James Cook or Scattaboo and the first rounder?
Yeah. If I think I can win, I'll take James Cook.
Okay, so if they say James Cook, how what do you think the realistic I can trade for James Cook? Look, like I'll have to add more.
We just said late first. Your late first rounder that you just got and Scattaboo. You flip it, turn it for James Cook, Tracy as well, whatever.
But he's not going to take it if people think James Cook over Scattaboo.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he might take it, and if he doesn't, what would you guys add in? Would anybody add in like a 29 first rounder? Or is that too much?
I'd give them all away.
I guess the 29 I would.
He's like, yeah.
I'm not giving
F them
more.
picks.
That is crazy.
Okay, so 28 late or 27 late first rounder, and then also 29. Let's see what the chat says. 29 first rounder and 27 late first rounder. Can you trade 29 first rounders yet?
Yeah, we can trade all the way to 2030 right now.
Okay. You can trade a what?
2030.
23.
2030.
23rd. What are you talking about?
2030.
Oh, 2030. Oh, 30. Okay, then try and do that. But yeah, try and give your 29 and 28 and keep your 27. But
yeah,
I mean, I give up 29 and 30 late first rounders with Scattaboo for James Cook. Try and get like a second back, but
would you do it for Kenneth Walker? Because Kenneth Walker's on the trade block.
I would do Scat in one. Scat in one. Because he's injury prone. I would give up any first round pick that you have with Scattaboo, but only one. I give up first, second, and third. Try that. Sometimes that's real appealing to somebody.
The Kenneth Walker owner offered me some trades, but for my receivers, and I don't want to give him receivers.
Well, anyways, so but Scattaboo, a first, a second, and a third. If you want to give up the whole package, the whole suite of picks, I'd do that in a heartbeat for Walker. But I don't know that I give up two first ones.
Are you saying you have active trade offers sitting there for Kenneth Walker?
I mean, he offered. I didn't decline him in the past, but he's offered me
like what?
Ridiculous trade for receivers.
Like what?
Like my top receivers, like 2 or 3 of them.
Okay.
Like I'm like,
well,
it's just ridiculous.
Well, bro, go try and get James Cook. Go try and get Genty. Go try and get Achane. I wonder if you could give up the 27, the 20. I'd even do the 28 instead of the 29 if it makes it more attractive. So 27 and 28 first round picks with Scattaboo to get Achane, to get Genty, to get Jeremiah Love, to get James Cook. Obviously, you're not going to get Gibbs or Bijan, but like any one of those players, bro, all day. Would anybody take JT for, and we just talked about him, but this would be a good question for Hammer. Would you rather have JT or Scattaboo and these 2 first rounders right here? 28 late first and a 27.
JT.
Okay, so you have that answer.
I'd rather have Scattaboo if it includes a 27 first.
Yeah.
I just think you can get more. People are valuing the 27 so high right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Wait a minute, Scatterboom the 27 over what?
I've been looking around.
I think JT scares me a little too much for both picks, but I do one of them for sure. One of them and Scat for JT. If you're going after Genty, Love, or Achane, I give up 2 first-rounders in Scat. And just keep going down that rabbit hole, bro, until you get something. But just be careful. Don't do anything, check with us before you end up pulling the trigger on something wild, okay?
All right.
All right, my boy. We'll see you later.
All right, be good.
Later. All right, Hammer, final thoughts?
No, that was good. I appreciate it. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you for the super chat, Hammer, and the extender. Thank you, Daniel, for the extenders. Travis, anything else?
No, just in terms of 27 picks, to each your own. If you can win now, go win now. But we're now to the point where, especially as the college season gets started, hockey starts building, 27 picks are going for absurd amounts. I've been looking around different leagues and different forums and stuff like that, and it's insane what people are giving up for 27 first rounders right now.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind as the season goes.
All right.
One thing about the first round, though, because like 7 years ago, like when I was doing Dynasty, and I literally just collected as many first rounds and ended up just screwing myself, like not realizing, like if it's literally not in the top, depending on the year, 2 or 3, it's somewhat worthless. Not to be, again, so blunt, but like. Yeah.
We got to.
So I'm much more cavalier about my futures than most people. I know that.
5-minute extender.
We got another 5 minutes.
Been extended 5 minutes.
Sweet Mother Mary.
Sweet Mother Mary.
Coming in strong with the extender, the extension, the 5-minute extension. I thank you, Sweet Mother of Mary. Appreciate you dropping
I smell meatloaf.
I almost want to go use this 5 minutes rather than just keep beating a dead horse on this. I almost want to just talk something else.
Sure.
Let's see. I called the playoffs and Super Bowl perfectly last year. I even called the Patriots not scoring till the second half. I owe this channel some credit for that and for helping my fam redraft league. Thank you. Appreciate you dropping the super chat. Curious to know who you think the Super Bowl. Give me the top, Sweet Mother of Mary, since you did such a good job with it. Give me your top 2 AFC teams. Who's going to be in the championship game on both sides of the fence, and who will be the Super Bowl and who will be the winner. And we'll put it on the bowl prediction board, just to see if you're correct. And we'll even put it on there. I'll put it on there. You got to get it all right though. I'm going to give you a little discount on the $50 bowl prediction board. We're going to put it on there for the 20 here that you just dropped. But you got to get it right. It's got to be so impressive. We're like, that one. So go ahead and put that in a message. I'll screenshot it, and we'll put it on the bowl prediction board. The winner of the bowl prediction board is going to co-host the show on the phone line the entire time and win a pair of Gunners of their choice. Within reason. I'll have to get you a list of the Gunners that they're offering. But I want to hear the prediction that he has. I want to see how much I agree with it. Shelly had a question. Travis, would you give a 27, 28, and 29 first-round package for James Cook? And Travis said depends on where they are. I think we need to know, can you give us, the best way to do this is give us a projected number in your mind. Like, would you trade the 1.5 in 2027, the 1.10 in 2028, because that team's a different team and it's good, and the 1.5? And if you think they're just mids, then call them all 1.5 to 1.7 or 1.5, 1.6, something like that. But if you could give us a determination on that, I just want to make sure we're not giving away Jeremiah Smith or potentially the top running back, or you think it's Hardy or whoever, Lacey, whatever.
And personally, and some people will definitely disagree with me, but I think the top 5 in next year is going to be really strong. Because there's Cam Coleman, there's several running backs. We'll get a couple other guys that are popping out. Plus the QBs are going to be so good. You're going to get 2 or 3 of those going in the first 6 or 7 picks, just because they're going to be so highly hyped and rated.
And Shelly says mid picks, I think. But can you answer this question? Do you believe, like, first of all, do any of these teams currently, the picks that you have, do they have a top 3 pick now? Or are they all late or mid now? Because that'll help determine, like if one of them was bottom 3 and they have the 1.3 this year or whatever, or if that's your team that you're giving away, like, where's the pick this year? And then we'll just use that number for all of them. Because you say mids are your guess, but we should have a determination. Like, where did this team most recently rank in terms of draft slots? But in general, if they're not top 3 picks, I probably would say give me James Cook, but that's only if I can win now. Because if you have a team that can't win now and you just waste 3 years of James Cook not helping you win, then why do it? So you got to be able to win.
And I'll say you,
boom, boom, boom.
You might be able to get a better player than James Cook for 3 first-rounders.
You wish you knew. Okay,
like,
so
I've seen Genty and Love go for 3 first.
Yeah, that's true. Try for Love, try for Genty, try for HN first, Shelly, with the 3 picks. You wish you knew. I'm new to all this. Well, just look at so if you're giving up at 27, you should be able to see what the pick is right now. Like, if you go look at the draft, and it'll tell you what that person has. So if you could find out where
did they pick in 2026 is what you're saying.
Or that. Well, I mean, sorry. Yeah. Can you find out where they drafted just by looking at the 2026 rookie draft board? Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Thank you. And sweet Mother Mary has a prediction here. It's not fair to see what you're saying. Give me a minute. Okay. I'll super chat my answer tomorrow in the next. Perfect. Can't wait to see this. Yeah, you don't pressure. You can do it slow. You don't have to do it this second. I'll give you mine right now. And mine's subject to change. I'm spitballing this. I'm going to say, and again, to a degree, we can't exactly predict the matchups in each of the conferences, the championship games, because what if the seeding doesn't allow the 2 teams to face off? But I'm going to say my projection, and then I'll ask Travis and Hammer, and then we'll be out of here unless someone extends this. I'm going to say I believe it's going to be Buffalo versus KC in the AFC East. I hope the seeding allows it. I think it's going to be so badly want to say Detroit. Am I going to say Detroit? I want to say Washington too. I really do, but I don't know. I'm going to say Eagles, Detroit, and then unfortunately the Eagles versus, give me Buffalo. Buffalo finally wins a championship. I smell meatloaf. Little bit of homerism going on here. But it doesn't mean I'm wrong. Just because I'm letting the fan shine through doesn't mean that I'm gonna be wrong necessarily. Hammer, give me your AFC, NFC team, top 2 teams from each side, and then the Super Bowl and the championship.
AFC, I have Cincinnati and Kansas City. I have the Rams and Philadelphia.
Okay, so Rams, Eagles, Cincinnati, KC. Okay, and then who's in the Super Bowl and who wins? It's okay if it changes later.
I think I think Cincinnati tops LA.
Okay. Bengals, Joe Burrow, man. I guess he ain't leaving. Guess he ain't leaving.
It's a rematch.
He ain't going nowhere.
I don't know. I have a feeling about him this year. I don't know.
Can you imagine if Joe Burrow wins and he's like, I want out?
Yeah, yes, good run, but yeah.
I had to carry the whole team on my back to win. All right, Travis, and then we're out of here.
I'll go Philly and I guess LA for now.
Okay.
Then in the AFC, Denver, and I'm really torn on the second team. I guess I'll go Buffalo, but that's a toss-up. Buffalo, Cincinnati, Patriots, Chiefs, whatever. And it's going to be, I'll say Denver and Philly. And I think Philly might win it.
All right.
I think they can get back to it. Oh, Shelly. Shelly
extender.
That's the buzzer.
Shelly. Wow. Shelly.
Boom. I got to restart my computer already. This thing's crawling.
5-minute extender.
Yeah, the show
I'd be
has
happy
just
to
been.
see either Cincinnati or Buffalo win, to be completely honest.
I think.
Now, how come you guys don't have the Broncos? I'm just curious. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to hear your thoughts on that. Because
I think the Broncos they're going to be in the they're going
to be good.
Right before, I think they're going to go all the way but lose to one of those two teams. I think Denver's loaded.
Yeah, me too. I guess I would just say, it would come down to, it's not even about Denver, really. It's just about those other teams being better. I don't think.
Patty.
You want to know what team I think is sneaky? I think they're still a year away, and I would have never guessed I would have said this a year ago. It was the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, the Cowboys they're definitely gonna be a top 6 in the conference.
I think they're a cornerback away from being a Super Bowl type team.
Yeah, they're top 6 capable conference team. I think making the Shelly will help you in 1 second. Let me just finish this real quick. It's gonna be hard to grab one of the 3 wild card spots. So being the number 6 and having a top 6 team are two different things. But if we assume, and this can be different for everyone, you should just don't get your panties in a bunch. But if the Bucks, the Lions, the Rams, and the Eagles won the conference, then you have Washington, Seattle, Chicago, San Francisco, Dallas, and probably someone else. That's a lot of teams to grab just the 3 wildcard spots. So Dallas, being that I have them 3rd in their own conference, but I still think they can make the playoffs, tells you how strong this conference is. And then this conference, these are the 2 strongest. Well, and the West, both Wests, and then also the East. I mean, you're really talking about 3 of maybe the best conferences in football, and this one is still super strong. It's too heavy with the 2 teams, Buffalo and New England, and then you got 2 crappy teams under them. But it's very, very. You just look at the Jags, you're like, God, you guys got a cakewalk. You look at the Bucks, like these are simple divisions, simpletons. These are easy divisions. All right. Let me help Shelly out real quickly. So Shelly, are you on Sleeper? Travis, how do you find the last year's draft on Sleeper? Do you know how?
Well, so if the has her commissioner organized? Oh, Daniel just extended.
Daniel's going to give Shelly more time. My buttons, nothing's working.
Dynasty mode activated.
What? My whole system's freaking out, man. Dynasty mode activated.
So
I got to use this more.
So
5-minute extender.
The show has just been extended 5 minutes.
What, Travis?
I didn't know if the thing was playing. So if her commissioner has given the draft order already for this year, then she can just go check, and it should say right under the team what pick they have. Like if you scroll down to their picks.
Okay.
If not, you're gonna have to look back at last year.
Shelly, do this.
You have to figure that out.
Yeah, Shelly, have you drafted yet? Is that what she's saying? Has she drafted yet? Oh,
yeah.
It's a startup.
He's drafted.
It's a startup. Okay.
Oh. So we're gonna have no clue.
Okay, then yeah, you don't have any. There's nothing to base. Yeah, there's nothing to base. Okay.
You can take a guess.
Can you?
Team, but
can you?
Be very hard to guess.
Yeah. Can you tell me what the team is of? Is it your team? Like, what is the team that has the draft picks that you're? I'm assuming it's your own draft picks, right? So I guess give us your team.
It's got to be her team, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think you've made any trades to accumulate 3 first rounders from. So give me your team real quick, Shelly, and then we'll tell you whether your team is with Cook going to you're getting rid of 12 pick, 11 pick material. So if you give me your team, let's do that. Let's do that. Daniel with another one. Is this a second one?
Monster. Yeah.
I'm not going to hit the extender button because it's just freezing my screen, but we're going to go to 11 minutes and 20.
Smitty, Shelly has the following. If you have a little board,
yep,
she has a good team.
A little board right here.
She has Lamar, Kyron, Jadarian Price, JSN, Pickens, Tyler Warren, Christian Watson, Chuba in the last flex spot.
Chuba. And who'd you say was it before Chuba?
Christian Watson.
Watts. Okay. So see what. So Lamar, Kyron.
Does he have any like really good bench pieces, like one or two, just to have a context?
I like Wandale. I like him.
Okay, so
I also really like. I think Singleton could be something.
All right, and this is it. This is in the league that you guys are in together. And I will say this: Daniel says, "I'm here, Smitty." Is this another one?
Yeah, another one. A little back-to-back action.
I'm here, Smitty. Okay, I see you, Daniel. Daniel, we're doing it live.
He had a question on his last one too.
Oh, okay.
Whenever you get it.
All right. So if we throw Cook in here, Daniel, thank you very much for the drop in the addition. Daniel, you're going to call back in if you got another question, Daniel, and I can definitely help you out. So if we throw Cook onto this roster, and I mean no disrespect by all of you that are in this league, but I imagine it's chaos. I imagine it's sheer chaos. And there's probably a chance this league is shaky at times, you know. So honestly, if this was me and there's cash money involved and you give me Cook, Price, JSN, Pickens, Tyler Warren, Kyron, Lamar, this is a 10 pick, 11 pick, 12 pick, probably 8 pick, maybe 8 or 7 pick at best. And this team's really built to last a while. So Cook's going to give you all the way to that third draft selection to make it bad. He's going to help him. He's going to help make this pick bad. You know, he's going to help make this draft slot bad every year. So you're probably giving away the 1.8 at best, I would imagine. If you get Cook, this team's better, so you're thus making your picks worse. You know, you're helping and making your picks worse by getting Cook on the roster. Do you understand what I mean? So you're probably, it's a lot to give up. I would say this, though. I would say, yes, please try and get Genty or Jeremiah Love or HN first. But at the same time, like, I mean, maybe Cook's just as good. I don't know. It's hard to say. But yeah, thank you.
Who's your backup QB? I'm just curious, Hammer. Yeah.
Seattle.
She has, her backup QB is Darnold.
Okay. That's not bad. All right, so Seahawks. This is sweet Mother Mary. Seahawks, Rams, Ravens, and Bengals. Not really Bengals because always Patriots that haunt the Seahawks. Okay, and then who's gonna? You got to predict it all though. So we still need to predict it. I didn't even write that in the screen. You can't even...
they're a Seahawks fan.
Baltimore, Cincinnati, Baltimore, Cincinnati. All right, who you got to predict?
I think
the whole thing.
Both conferences wild card.
That's okay. That's gonna be hard to predict, right? We'll make it. You have to get this 100% right, but you don't have to pick you don't have to pick the Super Bowl or Super Bowl winner. I think if you picked all 4 of those teams right, you deserve to win. To be honest, that's a really tough thing to do. So, bowl prediction board, there it goes. Don't worry about clarifying. I don't even need it. I don't even need the clarification.
Oh, hold on. Wait, what are they saying though? They're saying
Tyler Flow Milk by Warren.
Bengals, but not really Bengals.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you make me choose, it's the Patriots. Well, Bengals or Patriots? Which one?
Well,
gotta nail one down.
Yeah, you gotta repost it, sweet. You don't have to do a super chat with it, but just repost it. You gotta nail it down. And you don't have to predict the Super Bowl or winner. Just give me the 4 teams, and you don't have to write the whole thing out. Just put the 4 teams, and I'll put it on here. Say, NFC, boom, boom. AFC, boom, boom. Playoff. Daniel's question. Let me go over and try and find Daniel's question and answer this one. Okay, Daniel says, I'm here. Bryce Young or Omar Cooper, Geno, Superflex Dynasty. Bryce Young or Omar Cooper Jr. And Geno. I kind of wish I had a little bit more information here. Daniel, like, is this your starting quarterback? Is this your second quarterback? I would probably say Bryce Young, because Omar Cooper Jr., I don't know what he's going to be and when. And in a Superflex draft, Bryce Young would get drafted over Omar Cooper Jr. every time, even the next year, because you think about all these quarterbacks that are like a little bit better than Bryce Young that are going ahead of Pickens and all, like his Superflex. So I would probably lean toward Bryce Young. Now, if this is your third quarterback or fourth, I could take a gamble on Omar Cooper Jr. and really not really sweat it. But if it's your QB2, I'd probably lean toward Bryce Young, and I wouldn't even hesitate. I'd be trying to trade out of him and upgrade him, though, for sure. So 100% trying to upgrade that.
So they did Sweet Mother Mary clarified and put in AFC, NFC.
But not in one message, right?
No.
Well, let me rewrite it and make this simple. And then I'll screenshot my thing. So what is it? Ravens, Baltimore.
Ravens versus Patriots.
Okay.
And Seahawks versus Rams.
All right. Let me screenshot that. And this is a Sweet Mother Mary. Sweet Mother Mary. All right, let me screenshot that and put that on screen for Sweet Mother Mary. I got a handle, don't worry. All right. Then we'll go back over to the $50 bold prediction board and drop that sucker right on screen. There we go. Now we got you covered.
Are we caught up with everything here before I ask something?
I think so. Go ahead.
In terms of, well, I was just going to say, we have 9 minutes. Would you want to do something on CMC right now, or are we saving that for a full
yeah,
show?
Let's do a full show on that one. Let's do a full show on that one. If anybody else wants to call in real quick, call in. But let me throw a couple other let me throw a random scenario at you guys. Hammer, would you rather have Hampton Actually, let me write it on the board because my everything's going just crawl right now. All right, Hammer, would you rather have Hampton, Burrow, Buka, and St. Brown, or
I like these.
Baker, Achan, Lamb, Mike Evans, redraft, and then I'll change it to Dynasty and do something else different. I'm just curious. I want to gauge
Hampton, Burrow, Buka, St. Brown.
Me too.
Okay. Just want to make sure. So if we were to throw St. Brown on this side now, and Evans on this side. What about redraft?
Achane, Baker, Lamb, St. Brown.
Me too.
Really?
I think the gap between St. Brown and Evans is huge.
I'd rather have this side on redraft. But when you go Dynasty, then it, in my opinion, flips like hardcore over here. Let me take Evans out. Okay, so St. Brown, Lamb, Achane, Baker, Burrow, Hampton, Buka, and Tet. Dynasty.
You put Tet on where Evans was, so it's Achane, Baker, Tet, Lamb.
Now it's Burrow, Hampton, Buka, Tet, Baker, Achane, Lamb, St. Brown. Dynasty.
Baker, Achane, St. Brown, Lamb.
Okay.
Me too.
JT, Lamar, or this is Dynasty, Gibbs and Shuck. And it's Superflex Dynasty.
Okay, I was going to just ask. I was going to say one QB, give me Gibbs alone. But
Superflex Dynasty.
Either way, give me the Gibbs side.
Yeah, I think Shuck's going to be good enough that you're going to be like, damn, man.
Good enough.
I think that Gibbs, especially in Dynasty. Chad, anybody going the Lamar JT side in Dynasty, Superflex? Thank you, Simi, for gifting membership, bro.
What if you change Gibbs to Cook? Everything else the same.
Dynasty? Man, I'd take JT Lamar by a lot and Superflex Dynasty.
Probably have to just because of the Lamar to Shuck at that point. Yeah, it's close.
Josh Allen, Superflex Dynasty. Josh Allen and Manungai Dynasty, Superflex. Or Caleb and God, what running back would put this?
Josh Allen and Manungai.
You don't know what I say yet.
I know what Josh Allen is.
So it's Superflex. So Chase Brown and Caleb versus Josh Allen Manungai. $50.
Josh Allen Manungai.
$50 holler from Daniel, dropping a wad. He says we're not going anywhere, and we'll put this one up. We'll round up to 15 minutes. And you guys, if you got to go, you don't have to stay on the phone line. I don't want you guys. We can certainly have Daniel call in too.
I'm good.
Okay. Caleb and Brown for me, says Husseini. Husseini, you can dial in too. What'd you say, Hammer?
Allen Manungai, easy for me.
Yeah, me too. And I wanted to get your take because you love Chase Brown so much. You're still going Allen Manungai.
You'd have to give me one of those, like a top, probably
give me $50, honey.
Just because Allen still beats Bijan and Gibbs in Superflex Dynasty.
Yeah.
You know?
Daniel.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you, Daniel, for dropping that 50.
Daniel going for the record here.
Daniel's going crazy. Daniel, you get a free bold prediction, bro. So please give me a prediction. This ain't normal, but late draft. Probably just because that's like a 45-minute. I'll tell you what. I'll get in a slow one with you right now. That way we can, and then you can label it. You can go up to the pencil and rename the draft. So Daniel, I don't know if you want to get on the phone line real quick. It'd be a little easier to sync it versus like the 10-second YouTube delay. So if you dial in real quickly, we'll get into a draft together. We'll do slow draft. You tell me which one you want. It could be Best Ball Mania. It could be a puppy. It could be a Field General, Superflex. I'll jump in one with you. We could all jump in it together, and you can rename it like Show Draft or whatever. And then we'll be in a long term, and it still will count into the contest. It's just the slow ones and the fast ones they're all the same. It's just how you draft it. So dial in if you want to be in that. We'll join a slow one together. Allen by himself is better, says Blico. Okay, so this one's a good one. I'm glad I threw this one up. So call in, Daniel, or if you're not going to call in, I can just tell you when I'm clicking the button. You should be able to still get in it. Superflex Dynasty. Oh boy, this one's. Let me come up with something that's really hard. Let's put Dak on. Dak's so hard to love in Dynasty for some reason for people, and yet he's still so good. Let's go. JD5 versus Dak, and let's give Bowers to Dak, and give Fannin to JD5.
Fannin, JD5.
Fannin, JD5.
Okay. I don't know. This one's tough. I'm gonna say I can't believe we're different on this. I'm gonna say Bowers and Dak for me. Hold on, let me merge Daniel in. I'm gonna say Bowers and Dak for me.
It's safer.
I just think that Bowers.
Well, if you think Dak's gonna play another 3 years, then you're probably right. I may be factoring youth into this a little too much.
Yeah, I guess it depends on your perspective. Like if you told me I couldn't win, then I probably would take JD5 and Fannin, but yeah, it's a tough one. I would go get Milton, and I would just do my best to float. But yeah, this could go either way. JD5 still has to prove himself, bouncing back, and I do believe he will. But Daniel, you're live, my boy. You ready to jump in a draft? Which one did you want to do?
Yeah. First, I'll go with my bold prediction.
What's your bold prediction?
All right, I think Sadiq. I think he'll be a top 5 tight end this year.
This year? Woo!
This year.
A good one.
Okay, Daniel. Let me put this on the board here, and then I'll screenshot it for you. Hold on. Okay, so Daniel. Thanks again, Daniel, for dropping the super chats and extenders. My man, your man, the myth, legend, and just making sure. All right. Daniel, let me just put your Daniel P. Okay. You said Sadiq.
Sadiq, top 5 tight end.
5 tight end. 2026. Jeez, man, that's a bold one. We like him a lot, but for him to do that in New York, that is a bold one. That's a good one. As a rookie with Geno, that is a very, very bold one, my boy. Very bold one. Let's put it up on the board.
I like it though.
Yeah, no.
I think he's going to get volume out there.
It's supposed to be bold, bro. So that's the point of it. So, yeah. All right, we got that one up here. We got a lot of good.
I'm down to get a draft with you, though. A slow draft. I'm thinking like a weekly winner slow draft.
Okay, so go into weekly winners. Don't click it yet. I'll tell you when to click it. And since we're clicking at the same time without any sort of YouTube delay, we should have no problem getting in. If not, I'll get into another slow one. I'll just do it again until we get in. All right, so click the 8-hour timer. You ready? 5?
Yeah, I'm ready.
8 hour. Make sure you click the 8-hour timer. 5, 4.
I got 8 hour.
3, 2, 1. Boom. It says drafting soon. I don't know. What's your name on there, bro?
P Jazzer. I'm the P Jazzer. Yep.
Are we in the same one? Do you see me? I'm in the 3 spot. If not, we'll do another one.
No, I don't. It's
okay.
Crazy.
All right, back up. Back up. I don't mind doing another slow one. I'll do a bunch of them. Ready? Tell me when you're ready to hit it.
I'm ready.
8 hour. 8 hour. Make sure you hit the 8 hour. Go. Boom. 6 more to start.
Yeah, 5 more to start. Mm-hmm.
All right. It says 6 more to start.
Definitely hit the 8 hour.
Yeah, you sure you hit the 8 hour, bro?
For weekly winners?
Yeah, 8 hour timer.
8 hour timer, weekly winners.
All right.
As join back, it says 5 more to start again. As join back.
It says 6 more to start for me. Are they making more contests so people can't get in, or what's the deal? It says 6 more to start. Weekly winners.
Oh, must have 5.
Doesn't
Sweet.
even make sense. They couldn't block you because you're doing it from different parts of the country. So no way they're picking up on that.
Yeah, mine says. Why don't you? Can you leave that one and then go back in? Can you go? You just hit the info button and scroll to the bottom and then hit leave.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
And then
draft, weekly winners, 8 hours per peak, enter.
Okay, so
And it says now it says 4 more to start.
Maybe mine says 5 more to start. I don't know. That's weird. Let's hope we're in the same one.
Yeah, maybe we are. Maybe it's just.
Can I throw one out there once you're done?
Oh no, it's not, brother. If not, it don't matter. Like, I'm here for the draft. I love the draft, but I'm here for the channel. I love your content.
All right, man. Appreciate you. All right, hang tight real quick. We got 7 minutes. 7 minutes left because of you. So hang tight if you want to tap into the convo here. I got Husseini on the line.
I'll go mute. And
yeah.
I'll add in later on.
All right, Husseini, what do you want, my boy? What do you want to talk about?
Smitty, no. I'm just calling real quick for Shelly. She so the I guess the team that was listed earlier for her, that was the wrong league, and so she was asking if I could call in and give you the right league, if they were the right team.
All right.
There's 2 dynasty leagues between like the community, so it gets confusing.
Okay, go ahead. Hit me with it.
So her team on this league is the one she was asking for is Jalen Hurts, Travion Henderson,
Handy,
Josh Jacobs, Jamar Chase, George Pickens.
That's nice too. Okay.
Sam Laporta, and then her 2 flexes there, Jalen Waddle and Ramondre Stevenson.
Okay, so Laporta
and
Waddle and Stevenson. Okay, so
just out of curiosity, like a backup QB and the best bench player.
I was gonna say she has some decent bench players. She has Justin Herbert, and then she also has Jalen Coker on her bench.
Is this a 1 QB for sure?
Yeah, this one's 1 QB as well.
Okay. Well, if we take out Jacobs and put Jacobs in a like flex spot, so we're gonna say like Stevenson, Jacobs, right? And we put Cooks in here, James Cook, sorry. We put Cook in here, James Cook in here. Now we have Hendy, Cook, Hurts, Jamar Chase, Pickens, Waddle, Stevenson, Jacobs. And if you like here's the thing, if I could trade Herbs later, even if you have to wait a couple weeks, let him go ball out. If you could trade Jacobs and Herbert together, or Jacobs and Waddle, or Jacobs, Herbert and Waddle, whatever, to get another big piece, and you had Cook, I'm not worried about those picks at all. So you have a lot of trade ability. The problem is, if this is a league that is connected to the show, then you hear a lot of trash talk from me about Jacobs, and that might be hard to trade him. But I think you're still going to find someone that believes in him, and he might start off well. He might do really well in week 1. You don't have to make the trade in week 1, but I think if you were to get Cook, Chase, Pickens, Hendy, Hurts, that team's not finishing in the bottom 5.
No, that's a good team.
Yeah, it's a good team. So same thing as before, really. And I think you got really good trade capabilities here. Herbert and Waddle should get you a lot. Herbert, Waddle, and Jacobs getting you like what? Hey, Hammer, what wide receiver would you trade your backup quarterback Herbert, Waddle, and Jacobs for?
Waddle, Herbert, and Jacobs. I'd go for. Unfortunately, I don't really like 2 of those players.
What about Neighbors with the injury concern right now? I wonder.
London, Neighbors.
Probably won't.
I don't think Neighbors is a little too high. I mean,
okay. He's older. I mean, JJ.
I was gonna say Yeah, I was going to say try for all of them.
Rice?
Well, and especially if you're talking like, say, week 3 or 4, and this is just a hypothetical. I know those can be tough, but Jacobs is playing well. Waddle's playing well.
Daniel says, let's make it 8 minutes, not 3. Hey, Daniel, thank you very much, bro. I will probably say this, and I know Hammer and Travis are going to, or no, actually, I think Travis might agree with me a little more than Hammer. And it's okay to have differing opinions. Nico would be a great player to go get using Jacobs and Herbert or Jacobs and Waddle. And Waddle shouldn't be thrown away. Like, Waddle could have a good year, but Jacobs and Herbert for Nico, people worried about Nico, all 3 for JJ. I'd do that. Like that. So I guess sum total, make the trade and then keep trying to make this, situation better. I would probably say. Hopefully that helps you, Shelly. What'd you say, Hammer?
No, I was agreeing with you.
Okay. Husseini, you got anything else you wanted to add to this? Anything else? And I appreciate you calling in to clarify that. I'm sorry about that, Shelly.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Shelly. Damn.
Well,
dropped the ball on that.
No, it's natural to think that was the league.
No, I just need to be better, just top to bottom.
Damn it, Hammer.
Drop the ball on that.
Damn it, Hammer. We got another one? Daniel, what do you...
Yeah, he just dropped another one.
Daniel's like...
Double down, Daniel.
Double down, Daniel. All right. Yeah, Hammer, don't be so hard on yourself.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'll let you know when I'm being hard on myself.
Okay.
He'll know.
We'll know. The whole world will come crashing down.
I just can't do that to Shelly. She deserves better than that.
All right.
Are we throwing scenarios back out? Because I got one.
Let me just see what Husseini, what else you got real quick? Anything else at all? Could be unrelated to this?
No, nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing important or nothing.
Can you give me your Super Bowl, your and I'll go to Travis after this. Top 2 teams in each conference, Super Bowl pick, and then winner.
NFC, Rams, Eagles, AFC. Oh,
maybe that was Casey.
Chiefs and
there you go.
It's tough between.
They can play themselves.
Buffalo and it's tough between. Honestly, I'm gonna say Buffalo or Jacksonville.
Okay. Oh, Jacksonville.
But
the Chiefs will play themselves.
Gun to my head, though, I'm picking
to the Super Bowl.
The practice squad will make that.
I'm picking Buffalo over Jacksonville, but I'm very high on. I'm very high on Jacksonville this year. But either way, I think the Chiefs will go to the Super Bowl. I think it'll be Rams, Chiefs.
Chiefs win. They're live.
I think that'll be like probably the best Super Bowl for views, for just in general, for America, just everything. But
that's what the NFL wants.
But I think, I think that's the Super Bowl. Rams, Chiefs.
It's rigged. It's what the NFL needs.
Best Super Bowl for 2 fan bases.
Yeah. I think KC's going to be so good this year. Anybody thinking that Mahomes is like
I do too.
Holding the Chiefs back is wild. I want JD5 video. Damn. Daniel's like, this thing is not ending. How many? We're at an hour and 33 minutes. Daniel, appreciate you. He wants on the JD5 video. Okay. I'll put you on right now and we'll play it real quick. If anybody else has a topic at all that they want to discuss, Hammer, if you want to think of one real quick on the other side of the JD5 video, but let me put him on this. And, yeah, and then Travis can throw it out. So Hammer, think of something. I'll go to Travis right after I play this video, and Daniel wants to be on it.
He's a 5. JD5 is the only 5. JD5 is him, and now all can see. He graduated from Himothy University. Unleash the Washington Kraken. JD5 to Saturn
and beyond.
To Saturn
and beyond.
Supernova.
All right, Travis, throw the scenario at me. Then after that, Hammer hit me with something.
Yeah, so it was just off the Superflex Dynasty that you were doing. Hurts and Neighbors or Drake May in London.
Hurts and Neighbors, Drake May and London. May and I need a pen. London. We'll take the pen costs out of the Daniel fund tonight. Sweet.
If the people on the phone want to answer it too, I'm curious.
I may need to order new pens. I think this is my last one. I'll be in some trouble if I don't order it. 2-day delivery.
I think I'm going Hurts and Neighbors.
Hurts and Neighbors. Our DJ's calling in. Let's get DJ in real quick. DJ, 1 second. I'll be right with you. Hurts and Neighbors or May and London? Yeah, give me Neighbors and Hurts all day.
Yeah,
all day.
I agree.
Like,
yeah,
by that much.
Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't say it's not close, but I mean, I'm not switching it in one league, and I think I'm taking Hurts is going to score enough, and I just think Neighbors is in this scenario low cost because Hurts to me probably. I mean, I like May more, but I mean, maybe I'm being a little hard on it. Maybe I would mix it up.
Is it May or London that's swinging it for you? I'm just curious.
Well, I like May more than Hurts for sure, but I just think Neighbors is such a different potential upside than London. London's great, but London hasn't really done it either, and not that Neighbors has, but he's very little chance to do it. I just think Neighbors clears London a lot more than May clears Hurts, but at the end of the day, would I want one share of the right side if I had like 3 leagues? Yeah, but if I had 2, I might go Hurts, Neighbors in both of them. I don't know. It's close, but it's not something that I'm like.
It's not even close.
I just think Neighbors is worth it, and Hurts is just steady. He's steady.
Yeah. I'm fine if someone likes the Hurts better, but to say it's not even close, I'm curious.
Well, I don't mean that it's not close, and like you couldn't argue that.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. At least we can put Tua in the dome, but I can't roll London out with either Tua or Penix. And seeing what I've seen from Neighbors and give me Dart, yeah, I'm taking that.
London's done more than Neighbors.
Well,
I'm not saying I like them more.
Neighbors only been
but when you're talking about differences between positions, the gap between May and Hurts.
I think it's an arguable gap.
Who's throwing him the football? Who's throwing him the football? It's Tua or Penix.
Yeah, and they've both delivered to receivers fine.
I think the gap is arguable between both. I think one could say if they believe, because you got to remember he doesn't believe in Drake May. Like he doesn't believe in Drake May, so it's an easy no for him. Drake May is not as
okay. So that's why then. If that's fine.
Well, so it's a double-sided thing for him.
You just don't believe in the players.
Well, it's like he thinks, he doesn't like Drake May over Hurts, and he doesn't like London over Neighbors.
It's not that I don't like Drake May. It's just the way everyone talks about him is like he's already like what Tom Brady is. Like
exactly.
I don't have anything against Drake.
That's right, Mom.
I mean, and when I talk about like Henderson, like
Mahomes,
actually positive, like towards him. I mean, the only thing is I just don't understand. Again, this, and when someone's like, again, I go against him, but it's like an uproar. It's like a cult of like Drake May people, which is fine. I mean, I have no problem going against the grain.
I just think that in terms of the narrative around May, he would have been better off missing the playoffs.
All right, let's before
watch the playoffs.
Before we get too much into Patriots or Chiefs, let's go to DJ and get DJ. I got good news for you. You got a lot of time. No one's cutting you off tonight. 8 minutes and 10 seconds.
Well, I'm gonna still be brief. Best show on the planet. Smitty, what's up, squad? Daniel, doing the darn thing. Appreciate you, my man. This is why we watch. Call in. Glad you accepted that trade. I don't even know what to do with my hands. I forgot why I was calling.
Yeah, I forgot.
No, here's my question. Leaning into Travis's point about the 27 draft picks, I guess my question is, are we looking at the 25 draft class being comparable to the 27 draft class, or the 27 draft class is better than 25? Or, and I'm curious. I don't know. I mean, I liked the 25 class. This class is another story. So if we're looking at the 27 class, do we consider that to be better? Kind of looking ahead in terms of just the value on those picks.
I think it's
because look at 25's draft.
I mean,
1 through 12.
Jeremiah's
is wild.
Yeah, I think
awesome, even in the second round.
I think when you consider Smith and then the top 2 to 3 RBs,
Fletcher, Lacy,
it's going to be Hardy. I mean, you got 2 to 3 RBs with Jeremiah Smith, and it's just going to be a heavier grouping of like 5 or 6. I don't ultimately think we're looking at where like the 8 pick is equivalent to the second, Tyson. Like it's not, people are kind of dressing up the 2027 draft as if any pick inside the top 8 is going to equal anything you can find in 2026. It's just ridiculous the way people talk about 2026, but it will be deeper. So I think it's a good class. A TBA. I don't think we still have to watch all these players play another additional college season. They could all crap the bed.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think to assume it's better, I think it's better than this year overall for sure. But that doesn't mean this year's bad. This year could produce some gems like Jonah Coleman or Brazel or something to where we have. Remember, JJ was not even close to being the number 2 wide receiver in his draft class. So we don't really know what some of these wide receivers will be. And so I think people need to understand that 2026 could be better later. We got another extender real quickly from Daniel. Daniel dropping another extender on the chat, which puts us at 10:40. Go ahead, DJ. What were you going to say then over to Travis?
Well, yeah, I was just curious in terms of how we were valuing it, because that 25 class, just looking at 1 through 12, with the exception of, and again, this is just looking in general, with the exception of Caleb Johnson that some people were taking, maybe even me. That's another story. I'm just curious if we can get in 27, 9, and 12. But I don't have again, that's why I was asking. Because I think Travis's point in terms of those values for 27 are going to increase. But the key difference is I don't know that they have the running back depth that 25 did. Judkins, Harvey, Handy, Hampton,
thank you,
Henty, Scat,
I think 27 could be the best draft class we've had maybe in the last 5-6 years. It's possible, but I mean, you look at the Gibbs and Bijan class, and to me, that is going to be the one we look back on and say, what matched that? When you get the number 1 and the number 2 overall players and Bijan and Gibbs from a draft class, how can anything top that? But I think this could be like the next best one from that draft class for a while, just because Smith is so generational and such a lock, even though MHJ felt the same way. I get it at the time, but there's going to be 2 very good running backs, maybe 3 from this draft class, and we haven't seen him play yet. And I always try and remind people of this, is like when people start saying, oh, Hardy's the guy, or Lacy's not the guy, or Fletcher's not the guy, or Fletcher is the guy, or Lacy is the guy, or whatever, Frazier, Joe Burrow wouldn't even been a gem had he not had his final college season. So we need to watch everyone play their final college season. before we start getting into the weeds on saying, I love doing it. We did a video on it, on all the running backs. It was the one where Hardy was shot, and we covered that. But like, we literally could see Lacy become the bona fide number one running back, or Hardy, or Frazier, or Fletcher, or whatever. And another receiver could leapfrog straight up, like on the heels of Jeremiah Smith, because Burrow did that as a quarterback. Burrow was not going to be anywhere near remotely close to the player we all thought he ended up, coming out to be, was going to be. He needed that final year. So there's so much that can happen. So to judge the 27, to project it without even seeing the final year of it, like, we got to see him play before we can really say anything. It could be the best ever, but right now I would say, how could it beat Bijan and Gibbs? How? It's going to be really hard to beat that.
Fair enough.
Top two players.
Yeah, fair enough. Last thing.
Yeah.
So me coming into this year's Dynasty, haven't been in one that's a rookie draft. So my thought was, there weren't very many players in this 26 draft that I would trade for the 25 class.
Well, let's stop using class. Let's stop using class and give me player names. So let's for people watching that want to know what.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. So the first 12 rounds, first round, however you want to put it, Genty, Hampton, McMillan, Hunter, maybe, Hendy, Harvey. We had Judkins, we had Mbuka, you had Loveland, Ward, and even in the second, you had Cam. Tyler Warren was going in the second. Luther Burden, Tootin. Okay, I'll stop there. So my point in saying that is, if I'm looking at the 25 class, right, versus the 26, there may be 3 or 4 players that I would move one of those guys for, and that might be, I'm sorry if I'm ahead of you. Yeah, Burden, that's right. That might be the Tate, of course, the 1.1. I'm not sure I'd move in the running backs for Price, but Price, of course, Tyson. I'm not in on Malachi, quite frankly, but that's about it.
Okay, so you're saying that basically this entire group, well, let's slot them. Where would you put Love inside this group? Because that's more the important thing.
Yeah.
The numbers don't mean anything to me. When you say this draft has 9 great guys, this has 4. What are the weights of each individual and the impact? Because, like, if you told me the Gibbs and Bijan draft class had no other impactful rookies, it's still the best draft class we've seen in decades, because it gave us 2 that are the number 1 and number 2 overall players in fantasy football, in Gibbs and Bijan. So let's really weigh out this class versus this class by the important part. Where do you insert Love?
Oh, I mean, Love would be in that first round.
No, where exactly?
In the first round.
Where exactly?
Over Hendy, even over where Harvey was going.
So
he would be after Hampton.
Okay.
He would be after Hampton, or right there before Hampton.
So let's re-rank these. So it would go Genty, Hampton. Who would be, before we throw Love and those guys in, let's rank this. So Genty, Hampton, what? Okay. Buka, Hendy. Who do you have third? Genty, Hampton, then who?
Ooh, Buka.
Okay, so Genty. Let me rewrite this. Genty, Hampton, Buka, and who?
Love.
Okay. Why? I mean, I don't agree with that. Number one, I love Buka, but how does Love?
I mean, that's fine.
How does Love?
Fair enough.
You really don't have Love high.
It could be different tomorrow.
Okay.
But, yeah.
And then who's after that?
Yeah.
Ted?
Love. let me see. Tate before Hunter. So I guess.
See, the way, let me just.
The players that I listed on the left they went first and second round.
I'm not worried about that, though. I'm worried about how good they are. You know what I mean? So if we go Genty, I'm going to go Genty, Love. So I'm just telling you my view. Genty, Love.
Sure.
And you could argue Genty's below Love, in my opinion. That's my opinion. And then.
I mean, I could see Love above Hampton. I mean, yeah.
Hampton.
So.
Genty. Or, sorry. Not Genty. Hampton. Who else was Buka? Sorry. Buka. And then Tyson, I think you could argue Tyson and Buka, like eventually I think you'll be able to. I think right now you can't, but I think eventually you'll be able to. Tyson, Tate, Coleman. Where's Coleman? So Hendy, Harvey, Hunter's not even in this discussion yet. Harvey, Loveland, Warren above Loveland, Loveland above Warren, Tootin, Burden, and then I don't even know if Hunter eventually will be in the discussion, but right now he's not. So would I put Tyson here, Tate here? What about Price? Where's Price go? Above Hendy, below Hendy, above Harvey, below Harvey? Harvey's probably below Loveland and Warren. So we'll probably put Tootin will probably be above Harvey. Tootin, Burden.
I think Price would go for me behind Hendy.
Price, okay.
Behind Hendy.
So let's just say this is how we're doing it, okay? This is Genty, Love, Hampton, Buka, Tyson, and Tate, Price, and then Hendy. Like, to me, when I look at this, I think this is a really impactful draft class. This Love, Tyson, Tate, Price. Yes, Genty's probably one, but Love could be one. Love could be the best player on the whole board. And the fact that Hampton, Buka have, I believe, Tate and Tyson behind them, firmly behind them. Price, Tate, and Tyson all could potentially vie for being right below Hampton. I'm not saying I believe Buka is going to be a top 5 to 10 wide receiver, but I also think Tyson could be. I think Tate is probably more like the 8 to 15. But to me, this is an understated 2026 rookie class. And I think that this is my ranking, mind you. It sounds like it's a lot different than DJ's, but that's okay. That's what makes fantasy. But to me, I think this proves that this is such an underrated class. Granted, it falls short, but we could even argue, Sadiq and Stowers are in the mix here. I think we'll eventually be able to argue someone like Malachi Fields or Brazel, or someone is going to be in the mix with Burden. Like, so I honestly believe at the end of the day, while it's not as deep, it literally can be just as impactful to fantasy and to the fantasy football rankings and the inserting of them in the dynasty rankings. But that's just my take. It's a great topic for sure.
Yeah. Well, I think with that said, you kind of, in terms of my point is that there are from the 26 class, maybe 5 or 6, right? And I think all of those guys are going in the first round. The 20, and again, I get your point, but what I'm trying to say is that if you're saying it's not a deep class, then that's all the more reason, in my opinion, the 25 draft picks from rounds 1 and 2, or that was better than what you're going to find in 26s 1 through 6. I think, unless I've misunderstood, through the night there was an opinion, I don't know if it's consensus, but thoughts that after picks 1 through 5, maybe not this year, but just in general, I think Hammer was pointing out. I mean, if you're not getting a top 5 pick in Dynasty, then they don't value. What does it matter? So, and particularly in this class, your top 5, okay, I could see however you want to line them up, interchangeable, sure. But after that, I don't think from 6 to 12, and I did leave out Sadiq, my bad. I don't see any 25, 26 players that would unseat any of the 26
I don't know. I don't really like we don't even have Lemon on here, which I don't love Lemon, but we also don't have Sadiq. We don't have Jonah Coleman. We don't have a lot of these other players yet on the board. And I truly think they're not that far off from the guys in the 6 to 10, 6 to 12 from the 2025 or from other classes. Like I do believe that Burden
let me say it this way.
is great, but
let me say it this way.
But who's to say
Let's
that?
Look at the second round. The second round, 25. I've listed players that went in the second round of your 2025 rookie draft. How many of the second round players, even between your 6 through 12 or 6 through, let's see, what is that? Your 6th or 7th player in the second round of this year, there's none of that.
Yeah, but you also have those guys cemented into the NFL already. Like you don't know what the second round's going to bring you. Like you know what I mean? Like you're judging it off of the.
I understand that.
The
but
25 class.
I'm drilling down on the idea that this is not a deep class. I think that's what
I know,
you were saying.
But what I'm saying though is that we can't have a debate over what second round's better when if you look at the 2025 second round, I bet you some of those guys maybe went in the third round that you're pulling into as, second round, potential guys. Like, for example.
Oh, no. We had Warren. We had Loveland. You had, I have it right in front of me. And again, generality overview.
I don't know that those are second rounders.
Oh my God,
though.
man! I've taken up all this time.
I don't know that those are second rounders. Those you talk about fantasy football.
I mean, it's just a good topic.
No, I'm not mad at the. I'm just debating that. I think first of all, Loveland and Warren were more first round fantasy football assets than second rounders.
Oh, and Mika went in the second round.
No.
Even looking at
no.
Overall. And the thing is,
no. Buka was a bona fide top 6 overall fantasy football pick. We were plugging away at that all offseason.
Well, again, we're looking at the back. It's just a running back difference. I think that's what's happening. Save for Caleb, Tootin, Cam. Okay,
Cam was a first rounder. Cam was a first rounder. These are you keep saying second rounder, but these are all first round players.
Harvey Burden and Tootin were the only ones. Harvey Burden and Tootin were the only ones that you could get somewhat regularly out of the first round.
Somewhat regularly.
Because no QBs were going really in the first round, right? Single quarterback.
It depends. So Caleb was in some leagues because he was so hyped. He was the number 1 overall.
Okay. So, fair enough. I just don't know that you're taking, a lot of these players over a Judkins, a Warren, a Loveland, a Hendy, a Tat, a Hampton, a Genty, a Mika, Burden. And again, a great point in terms of us having seen them last year, but we're talking like the projections in Dynasty. That's why I was asking 25, 27.
Well, and we can agree to disagree.
Right.
That's beautiful about fantasy football. So by no means,
fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
By no means,
I just think some comments in terms of just saying, "Hey, I'm gonna trade away my 27 picks." Just as a philosophy in terms of saying, "Hey, when now? Is it worth it?" Building a team. So that's all. Why I was asking.
You mean trade away?
On the side of
you mean trade away
saying,
26?
I'll keep my 27 if I can get them. And for 26, there's only a few players that I'm going to trade my 25 players away for. That's just what I was trying to get at bottom line.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. I don't know that I agree fully. Just because, and I'm a big advocate of that people are shaping the 2026 draft class wrong. And I think that's why you're getting pushback from me, because I disagree with everybody. And everybody keeps talking about how bad this class is. I keep seeing content. People are pushing content about it. Just a lot of just, content that's saying trade away your 2026, trade away your 20. Just grab any 2027 pick. Grab any 20. If the 2027 pick is like the 2025, then you want the number 7 2027 over the number 3 2026. And I just think it's crap. There's so much talent here.
Okay, I get that.
There's so much talent here.
But I guess I misunderstand when you say this is not a deep class.
The 2026
or a good class. So I think that's where I'm missing it. That's all. My understanding of this not being a deep class.
It's not as deep, but it doesn't mean it can't like hold water or hold it, weight against it. Like when we keep talking about
this is true.
Like when we keep talking about the second rounders in 2025, we don't know what the second rounders are going to return in 2026. So we have to wait. Like Brazel might be JJ. Like you got to remember, Hurst might be JJ. Brazel might be JJ. Malachi Fields might be JJ. JJ, and if anybody wants to laugh at that, JJ was not JJ coming out. JJ was like the third or fourth wide receiver ranked.
Pittman was going ahead of JJ.
And Kamara was going at 6, 7, 8 overall in Dynasty drafts. And so we just don't really know. So I understand what you're saying, but I disagree with so many people. And this sounds like the avenue you're going down is that 2026, if I have the first or second or third pick, sure. If not, I'd rather get into 2027. And I need context, or I'm not just signing, away a 2026 pick. I think a lot of people are trying to tell people to do that. And I think I personally don't like the advice because I just slotted the 26 draft class into the 2025, and I see a pretty damn, even if not almost, you could say, someone could argue that this 26 class is taking up more space than the 2025. Husseini just bailed out. Husseini, if you need to say anything on the way out the door, call back and let me know. But I just think that, and then when you start mixing in Brazel, you start mixing in Jonah Coleman, you start mixing in Sadiq and the Stowers and Lemon. We didn't even talk about Lemon, who I don't love. Then it's like, is the 2025 draft class even into mid-second round heavier than the 2026? Maybe not. I would argue that you could argue it. And then even this 2027, so the point is trying to correlate 2025 to 2027 to say that 2027 is going to have a deeper second round. It is a deeper pool, but it doesn't mean it won't produce the same level of value kind of throughout the first two rounds with some fat in between and some misses, of course. But could you find as good a player in the mid-second round in 2026, this draft class, as in 2027? The answer is you absolutely can. 100%. So I wouldn't just get rid of picks, get rid of them.
What I was hearing, and maybe it's called selective listening, was that after, you're trading 26 picks, or you're picking up, if you're not getting anything beyond picks 5, what the hell, I don't want them. So I may have
that's not what I've said. Yeah.
Understood. I may have misunderstood that in terms of how we're trading values and looking at picks. And that's not necessarily what, I'm saying you said specifically and what have you, but we can't say it's not a deep class, not you. And at the same time say, we don't know, but then say, well, if I'm trading picks, if I'm not getting a 1 through 5, then it doesn't.
Let me put it this way. This should sum up everything.
I think that's where I'm missing.
This will sum up everything. I'm not automatically trading my 2.1 2026 for a 2.1 2027, which might shock a lot of people. And that might make someone think, oh, this guy's crazy. It's because other people are saying it doesn't make it true. The 2.1 might render me a better player than the 2027 2.1, the 2026 2.1. And even if you said, would I trade my 2.4 for a 2027 2.4, I probably would do it on paper in a vacuum because the market sees it that way, because everybody's been told to just get rid of 2026 picks and get 2027s. So there's that aspect of it, of course. But at the end of the day, if you told me, if I can't trade, Can I draft the same value of player at 2.4 in 2026 than in 2027? The answer is hell yes, I can. And if anything, I might be able to do it easier because the ADP's all over the map on the 2026. No one knows what to do. And so you could have some slippage. You could take someone way early to just say, like someone like Brazel, I would take a 2.1 without a hesitation just to get him. If I couldn't trade down, didn't feel comfortable about trading down, I love Brazel. And who knows if he ends up being better than some guys taken in 2025 or 2027 at 1.8, 1.9, 1.10, and I'm getting him way early, reaching like hell at 2.1. I just think that this draft class has some gems. And I think that you could spread them out through 3 rounds. So it doesn't really make any part of the draft week if you know what you're looking for. And this is kind of like when people say, oh, like Schefter, the Eagles would rather have a 2027 pick than a 2026. I don't buy that for a second. I think they'd rather have the best pick. I think they'd rather have the 22 versus the 29 if the 22 is the higher pick. They don't care where it is. And Howie's not sitting here going, oh, I'm going to get screwed in this and if I get a 28, I just think they want the best value of the trade. It sounds like New England wants to trade future picks, not now picks, or what did. And that's why it never happened. It's not just because of what Schefter said that the Eagles were like, we don't like this class. We want 2027s. First of all, Howie does his best work in the 20s. So let's not look at Cooper DeJean. Like, what a pick. This is the way the Eagles go. Stauber, there's so many good picks. But anyways, that's the similar way I feel about fantasy and everything, and how people I think are over amplifying the value of 2027 over 2026. We haven't even seen the 2027 guys play their final season yet. And we're already anointing this class blindly better than 2026 by a country mile. I just think people are doing the Dynasty world a disservice by not letting it play out. Now, might I come in and say this is a much stronger class? Yes. But right now, no one can say that with a definitive yes. We got to watch it play out. And I might very well feel that way. But as of this moment.
Then it does sound to me that the 2026 picks 6 through 12 or picks 6 through
8,
whatever, are indeed valuable from what you've shared with me, from what I'm hearing. So I guess we're saying the same thing.
So
because we can isolate the second round picks, but again, what I thought I was hearing, the value of the 26 draft class, if I'm trading, picks in 26, if I'm not getting 1 through 5, 1 through 4, or even in some cases looking at 27, 1 through 3, 1 through 5, then I really have to consider maybe not pulling that plug. But from what I'm hearing is, okay, well, then no, from picks 6 through 2.6, in this particular draft class, their value is, because we don't know about 2027, but their value is just as valuable as any 27 pick.
I think that you could come to the conclusion that you can find the same value in those ranges. The question would come down to a whole different question, which is, what is the market value? So if your objective is to trade, then you probably would want to blindly swap the 2.1 2026 for the 2.1 2027. 2.1. Or sorry, 2.1 2027, 2.1 2026. You'd rather have the 2.1 2027 if your objective is trying to retain the most market value. But the person getting rid of the 2.1 blindly for the 2.1 2027, if they're getting rid of that 26, they might be passing on a Jonah Coleman. They might be passing on an Antonio Williams, a Brazel, maybe Stowers, or maybe it's, whatever the case may be. And that's not a guarantee better move. We just don't like Kamara and JJ falling. If someone was to try and judge before JJ became JJ, the top 5, and said, well, it's really just 1, 2, 3, 4. and you have JJ going at 6 overall in fantasy drafts, 7 overall in fantasy drafts. Kamara going at thanks Daniel, if that was you that jumped off. Kamara going at 6, 7, 8. Like if you were to judge prematurely, like we are right now, all these drafts, that it was really only the 1 through 5 that mattered. Kamara and JJ are exactly, Puka Nacua, all these different examples. The truth of the matter is, like, I am not scared to draft 2.1 2026 over 2.1 2027 at all. I will, in my opinion, might be wrong, but just in the moment, I'm going to say I trust myself to find the guy. And there's enough of them in there that they can equal up and weigh out the same. Will the well run drier quicker with the 2026 class? Probably. But that doesn't mean that we won't have someone better in each, every 4 picks in 2026 than in the 2027 results of a 2027 rookie draft. So that's all. That's my only point is that
fair enough.
And DJ, you can think whatever you want too. Like, I'm not trying to change your mind. If you believe this ranking to be way off, you have love down here, like that's your prerogative. And by no means do I think you're wrong thinking that way. I disagree with the ranking but it doesn't mean you're wrong to think that way. Like you have sound logic behind it. But
I get it, man. This is why I watch, and and I'm appreciative of being able to call in. I've extended the time. I just wanted to try to get an understanding. I was curious about the 27 class versus the 25 and 26. And it just seems as if we're talking from picks 1 through 6, perhaps we would consider in this draft class trading for that. But from picks 1 through 6 through 2.1 or whatever, I'm pretty much like, I'm holding. And I guess I just overall misunderstood.
Yeah,
notwithstanding, we don't know.
I might be wrong. I might be wrong too. Know. I might be wrong, but I think you could maybe match up the 2026 class and 2027 class in not so much where they went, but in terms of value. And they might look exactly like this, just interlaced, rotational, very fair rotation. And this isn't proven yet. I mean, Tyson or Tate could be up here with Love. They could be a top 5 wide receiver. This is a really good class. Price could be a bum, or he could be an absolute gem. Jonah Coleman, we just got to wait and see how it all plays out. And we're advancing Burden the value before he's got it. We're advancing Tootin the value before he's got it. We're advancing Harvey, some continued success. There's a lot of obstacles everywhere. My point is, don't go blindly, for not just you, DJ, but anybody watching, don't go blindly into 2027 because, somebody said in the class, like 1 for 1, you should be taking the 27 pick if it's 2 point. Like some people are suggesting trade anything that's outside the top 5 for just doesn't matter what it is, just hope for the best, grab a 27 first rounder. Take 1.5, send it off. 1.6, send it off, no matter what it is. Just go get a 27. Even the 1.11 in 27 is going to be better than that pick. Just send it off. There's so many people creating nonsense content like that.
Yeah, well, just in terms of my overall, opinion and my thought process is just that, and being kind of old school or what have you, having a proven player, be it 1 year from last year, whatnot, I lean that way. And you have to be pretty exceptional. I think if I'm going to trade, it could have been 25, 24, whatever, in particularly in this draft class, beyond those that I kind of listed, I'm keeping them. That's just my, overall opinion, in terms of that value. I kind of lean that, after 1 through 5, like, in this class, I'm kind of leaning towards like keeping them. 2027 class, fair point. Like, who knows? I can kind of care less. I was just curious, 25, 27, why is this thought process about 27 being better, etc. And finally, looking at 26, I just didn't see very many players that at a 25 I would trade for. Best on the planet, Smitty.
Appreciate
it. Later, Thanks, guys.
All right. Yeet dropping the extender. I'll give you a little time here. Sorry. If you want to call in too and ask about it, but Smitty to the moon. Should I accept Kyron for BTJ in Dynasty? I would take BTJ. In fact, I just traded a Breece Hall BTJ kind of trade, the two main pieces in the package, where I had no wide receivers. I traded Breece Hall for BTJ. I definitely would have rather kept Breece Hall, and I would have traded Kyron for BTJ. So this is even better than the trade that I had to do to get a receiver. But BTJ is fine, bro. There's nothing wrong with trading for BTJ. Is it risky? Sure. But yeah, I don't think I would necessarily stop from taking that upside of BTJ when you're talking about a running back like Kyron, who we love, but man, Corm's in the picture now. Kyron's taken a beating. Everyone has been predicting his injury decline for a while now, and I'm not saying that he will just do that now that he's got his contract, but man, sometimes you get your contract, you get it at the end of your big, huge success that earned it. And I'm just thinking like 1 or 2 years max, BTJ playing for 8, 9, 10, who knows how long. It's get better gamble, and could backfire on you for 1 year maybe, and maybe doesn't even do that. And if BTJ ever moved, changed teams, got traded, it'd be crazy talk about that later on. Daniel, you want to call back in real quick? Did you have anything else, or did you have another question? I appreciate all the extenders you dropped tonight. Daniel to the mother freaking moon. Let's give Daniel a round of applause. Let him cook. 10-minute show went 2 hours and 15 minutes. I mean, not all of that was extenders because we were doing that whole thing for about 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever the hell that was. And DJ, don't think you brought up a bad topic, or just because I was going at it a little bit meant that I didn't like the topic. Like it was a good enough topic, DJ, to go on a rant, an unfiltered rant for as long as I did. So, a little confused as to what side DJ was on, though, because I could have swore he called in arguing Travis. I don't know that he's arguing the 2027 side, but then left with a 2026 argument. So I'm a little confused with what he first was saying, but it was a great topic, DJ, for sure. Like, appreciate the topic. But Travis, any final thoughts or anything about that topic right there, real quickly?
I just want to kind of clarify what I meant when I was talking earlier about the 2027 picks. That was when we were talking about trading future picks for Cook. And I was just chiming in saying that, like, when it comes to 2027, and with Shelly's team, I would do that because she can win now. She's got a good team. She can afford to give up that future capital. But
thanks, DJ.
Obviously depends on your roster and stuff. But 2027, I just personally feel that the top 5 picks are going to be very, like, really, really valuable because I see it. Jeremiah Smith, I think there's a chance a quarterback will go in those picks because one of these quarterbacks is going to get really hyped up. And then you get a couple receivers, and then Cam Coleman transferred to Texas with Arch. So if Arch is playing well,
hold on 1 second. 1 second, pal.
So where I kind of look at, is it a 1 to 3 pick in a lot of drafts? There are certain situations I kind of extended 1 to 5 when I'm making a trade for 2027. But I also think it is misleading when people talk about the 2027 class because a lot of it in terms of the depth and the skill is linemen and defensive players. And there could be, like right now, there's 10 to 12 quarterbacks who could be a first rounder. They won't all be there. Some will go back, some will fall off.
And
you're talking about all the positions, not just fantasy positions.
And let me just put it this way.
Make a big difference.
Yeah, when I'm trading, you do have to consider the market value. So, like, let's say I was trading a 2027 pick for 2026, and it was projected to be really early. You do get to use the market value. Like, there's no doubt about that. But what I'm trying to say is, if on the flip side, somebody says, "Hey, I'll give you this likely 2.1," or even if they knew for sure, here's this 2.1 2027 for your 2.1 2026. Right. As much as I would use the value to my advantage, if I'm on the flip side, I'm not just pushing the button. Like that 2.1 2026, because of the chaos that's ensuing from 6 overall to all the way through the second round, you're getting such a scrambled up ADP right now. You probably have a chance of getting somebody you rank 7 or 8 overall at 2.1. Like it is, the ADP's all over the place. No one knows what to do after 6 and 7, and everybody's blaming it on the class being weak when at the end of the day, it might just be a little better than people thought, and they don't know who's who. There's a lot of parity, but that doesn't mean it's bad parity. Like Jonah Coleman, Brazel, Antonio Williams, who could be potentially the superstar future receiver of the Washington Commanders, or not. Brazel could be, I don't even want to get into how good I think Brazel could be because it pisses people off that own Ted McMillan and Jalen Coker. And then you start talking about other guys that are Malachi Fields, love him. Great situation. You say no now, but who knows what happens? I mean, there's so many good players.
Many. Hurst, I mentioned Ted Hurst earlier. He's going to play the X in Tampa with Baker throwing to him. Like, you don't know what can happen there. Book is the one, but what does he become? Does he become a T. Higgins type scorer? He could.
What if
what happens? They took 2 receivers.
What if Stowers, who goes 2.1, becomes the next top 5 or 6 tight end? And you're getting him at the 2.1 because people are confused. That's all I'm saying. I got a phone caller here real quickly. The 901. Who's this and where are you calling from? You're live. You got just a few minutes here.
Oh, no. It's Daniel again.
Daniel! My boy Daniel. What can I do for you, Daniel? You got more time than a few minutes. You've earned it tonight.
I don't have no nothing to really talk about. I was calling to let you know I donate for the love of the show, love the community. I'm usually a quiet viewer during the Graveyard Shift and Dynasty show. So I just want to show some love tonight for the community and for you, brother. That's it. I was calling in the show. That's it.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you very much.
I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, let's make Terry. Anything else? You got anything else, bro?
That's it. I just want to call in and give love, brother, for the night.
All right. Well, you've done that by dropping all the super chats, so I appreciate that very much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. Is there any other video I can put you on that you want to be on? Very badly. Like, how about this? Have you seen the Triple J and Consultants?
I have.
Is that a video you want to be on? Is there any other video you'd like to be on?
I'm a big J5. I'm a big Commanders fan, but I'm also a big Gibbs.
You what?
I love Gibbs.
What?
Gibbs. I'm a big Gibbs fan too.
Okay.
I was big on Gibbs when he was there.
How about this? Continuum of the gigawatt component structure of Jahmyr Gibbs's workload divide has a megawatt offload that if you compartmentalize the component conjunction timekeeper and you flux capacitor out the continuum component megabolt, things just end up happening. And that's why Jahmyr Gibbs is
He's a 5. J5.
But the continuum of the gigawatt component structure of Jahmyr Gibbs's workload divide. I put you on the Jahmyr Gibbs one's I think it's everyone's favorite. The Jahmyr Gibbs gigawatt component structure timekeeper.
I love it, bro.
All right, so you're on that one. You're on the JD5. You'll get a lot of Daniel action when we're hitting that button this year. You'll see Daniel's name all over the place. Daniel, thank you again. Standing ovation for Daniel. Can't thank you enough, Daniel, for all the extended. Daniel's responsible for this 2.5 hour show. It should have been 10 minutes. Thank you, Daniel.
You have a great night, man.
Later, bro. Appreciate you. Travis, call back real quick. I'm sorry. Unless you're done. I hit the wrong button. Yeah, Terry Roberts used to be a moderator here. We hadn't seen you for so long, Terry. I think it bumped you off. You want to be a moderator on the Dynasty channel? I can hit the button right now. I'm not sure if you're even interested anymore. Sometimes people like to just sit on the sidelines, like Rock Out. I tried to make Rock Out a moderator once, and he was like, no. I'd rather be a normal layman that can get away with more and be a wild man. So Terry, I'll hit the button right now if you want to be a moderator here on the Dynasty channel. If you think you're going to be around again for a while. He says I can. Okay. Watch this. Terry's now green. Appreciate you, Terry. We could use another moderator here on the Dynasty channel. Raise your right hand. Say, Smitty, I vow not to ban people for just disagreeing, because that's not what we do here. Anybody that's in here dropping like they're in here to drop like, hate speech over and over, and they could be boot them right away. But if someone's just kind of getting rowdy, just time them out and then message me. That's all you need to do, and then we'll figure it out from there. Terry, the trigger man, is back. And the reason Terry had a little bit of a trigger finger, where someone say, "Hey, Smitty, this show is pretty good," but Terry. Hey, Smitty, I disagree with that schedule you put up. Boom, Terry, boom. You just got terried. You just got terried. All right, Terry, appreciate you. Terry's now a moderator in chief. He's got the wrench. He's doing it live. Terry,
I smell meatloaf. Hey, Ma, the meatloaf.
Was DJ mouthing off on the phone line just a minute ago? Did I hear DJ kind of create a little bit of a controversial time? Did Smitty get a little? I look like Smitty might have been sweating a little bit in arguing. Boom, DJ gone. DJ never to be found again. That's my boy Terry. Terry in the building. Terry, I'm just messing with you. Terry is a moderator. We got him back. Terry's a man, the myth, the legend. I miss Terry. Terry, you've been gone for a little while. It's good to have you back, pal. All right. See you all later. Thank you all for extending Daniel to the moon. Terry, don't block Daniel, please. Please don't block Daniel. Terry to the moon. Later, bros.